Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Dorm Rooms and Deadlines. The DM here, we've got a really full cast. Since our last recording, we've gotten 3 new members, and we currently have a guest as well. So, it's going to be a really fun night, a really full night. We're hoping that everything goes well. We'll see. We didn't record the last few sessions just to avoid any unnecessary struggles. But all that you guys have missed is they've traveled from the Wizard of the Wines, they've gotten the first seed to restore the Wizard of the Wines from Yester Hill. They are on a quest to retrieve the second seed from a certain Mother of Strahd that they have learned some information from through a were-raven friend of theirs and their new druid friend as well. And they are gonna go and do some stuff with that. So, getting right into it. Last we left off, you were all standing around the inside of this stone circle monument. The were-raven Muriel, I believe, has left you to continue on her own quest. And yes, Muriel has left to go on her own quest, leaving you with the information that she could, and continuing on her way.
We were gonna go to the town, right?
Yeah, you guys are gonna go back across the river, I think.
Find, what's her name?
Baba Lysaga?
Lysaga. And fight the crow people. Scarecrows. No. Cuckoo, looks up really offended at this.
I know. So sad.
And so she's in the town.
Yes.
Across the river.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Hey. And Basilica
can cross.
Basilica just sort of looks
Yeah,
at
just
you, she
leave
nods.
me behind, guys. That'll be fine.
Basilica looks at you and
I'll
nods.
be fine.
Will you though? Doesn't sound like you'll be fine.
Legs in the way of the map.
That's not facing the right direction. It's fine. I can see it now. I can tell you where you guys are. So, what do you guys do? Do you cross the river again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
That's true. I should just walk.
Yeah, let's
You could.
let's think about this a second, guys. We literally have no information except that this person exists. They're scary, and we're gonna go fight them.
Well, we're
We
not gonna
didn't
fight them.
say fight.
Be
More
friends.
check on the be friends.
Begin a relationship.
What?
We need information. You gotta build relationships with people.
He
Before-
wants to date her. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help.
Well, we could try that first, I guess.
Rule number 1: date Baba Lysaga. Got you. I got you.
I'm saying let's go in cautiously. I'm not saying date her or fight her.
I'm always wanting to fight people. Can we just chill?
I didn't say fight. She said fight.
Yeah, there's probably not another way this is gonna end.
Oh well, you
Probably.
haven't seen me.
I have, and let me tell
Don't
you.
listen to her.
Basilica just nods her head a little bit.
Do we even have a plan? What if things go south? Are we just gonna stroll in there and just wait to die?
I mean, we'll be prepared. I mean, if we get past the scarecrows, how much can one scary old lady be?
Do you have something in mind that you want to share?
Something in mind?
Like an idea of what you want to
Plan.
do next?
Like an idea.
I think our first idea should be to get some reconnaissance. Like, we don't know anything about her, or where she is, or what she's doing, what her power levels are.
And how do you suppose that we find that out without going?
I mean, we could go to the town, ask the town people.
There's
No
no
one
one
in
in
the
the town.
Oh, we could ask the scarecrows.
Cuckoo is scared by this prospect.
Didn't we just hear that these scarecrows are bad to approach?
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
There's no more information to be gotten. Unless you want to go mind read her.
You can't mind read her if you don't know where she is. Like, we literally just walked through that town, and we didn't notice a thing.
We didn't walk past it.
You walked
right?
past it.
We walked past
Yeah.
the town.
That's why I'm like, let's go back and actually enter the town.
We have no other option.
Is there anything else, like, on this side of the river?
Not that you can see.
Hey, Tia.
Yeah.
When I used my detect life on that one chick,
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out if she was undead or not,
Mm-hmm.
did I sense any other life in the river?
In the river?
Yeah, that's when I cast it on her, right?
Yeah, I believe you were in the river. No, you did not.
Okay.
Not even fish.
Nope.
did that before crossing it, though.
Oh. Well, still nothing in the river.
I mean, so the river is fine.
Plot twist, undead fish.
Fine.
Undead piranha.
It's how you view things.
Fine for me.
I know it's fine for you, pirate.
Wow.
I ship it. Known them for 5 seconds and I ship it.
You keep your water.
See, they're perfect for each other. It's perfect. It's a perfect relationship.
Well, we should go across and then maybe scout around town and not barge in all at once.
Let's go, Basilica. And I kind of grab Basilica's hand. I start going towards the river.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I stop at the edge of the river again, and I just look at it.
Alright.
And I'm just looking around for a way to cross that doesn't involve me touching the water.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, okay.
I have rope if you can tight rope.
You could try.
I'm using direct
Oh,
dice.
yeah, you could try.
You can certainly try.
And that would be, where is it?
Read.
16?
It's pretty foggy. There are a lot. I mean, there's plant life, but
Plants. Like small plants.
yeah, small plants and or things that look like a hot dog on a
Yeah.
stick. Those.
Yeah.
There are those.
Cattails.
Cattails. There are those.
I know what you meant. So communication happened.
I could not think of the word. I'm like, it's the thing that you want to eat, but it's like a forbidden snack. Those.
Can I just pick one and set the end on fire?
Yes.
How's it look?
It's pretty sad. It's pretty saturated with water right now, so it's more like a smolder. It sparked up real good, and then now it's just kind of angrily smoldering.
That's so sad.
And as flies, these swarms of flies are going out. Sometimes the fly will get too close and fall.
Okay, it's worth it for that.
If you'd like to try the tightrope idea, you can. Somebody probably has climbing pythons that you can stake it into the ground with.
I have some.
Hey!
What?
Of course
Okay,
you
if I
do.
type rope DM, what kind of check would that be?
Acrobatics.
Okay, it's not terrible.
You can have 2 ropes if you want to make a bridge out of it, but wow.
Okay.
That's so many.
Do I have another rope?
Lenny face. All you people, I know what Melanthios is for. What do the rest of you have rope for? That's fair. You have the thick ship rope kind of thing,
I have
rope
a
as well.
silk rope and a 10
Oh.
pin rope.
I don't have a rope.
Nothing from you, thank you.
I don't even get to speak at this point. It's so good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just have hempen rope
No,
and spikes and string.
Actually,
Same.
as they're talking, I'm considering their idea, and then I'm also looking at the river, and I'm like, maybe. And I cast bonfire in the middle of the river.
The water starts to boil in the center of the river and then stops and keeps going.
It's so disappointing. Does it simmer a bit?
Not really. The
Ah.
water's pretty cold and it's moving. So where you cast the bonfire, there was like a sudden burst of like boiling water that just sort of sputtered away.
I give an irritated stamp with my feet. Just
It squelches. It's very wet ground.
What exactly were you trying to do?
I don't know.
She just throws fire at things. And hopes it works.
Valid.
And it usually does.
So,
I have my methods.
can we try to make a bridge out of the rope and pythons and
Make a
whatnot?
bridge?
I mean, that's what the rope is.
Yeah.
Give me a... Who all is doing this?
I will help.
Okay.
Melanthios and I.
Okay.
Maybe Tyrande.
I
since
can
she's
help.
Yay!
Got a whole crew.
We have a whole
I'm assuming since this was the meeting place, the ruins, a safe place, we might want to come back there.
Would there be a way to pick up sticks and then use them?
There are no
There's
real
sticks.
sticks you can see on this side of the
Okay.
river. It's pretty plain.
I'm a bisected tree person.
Oh,
Don't you dare!
that's just offensive.
Did you bring that out? Did you pull
No.
it out as you said
No, I did not.
Okay. That's what the character just did. And then I'll be like,
You all were just looking for sticks, and I just kind of think, I have that. That's myself. Oh no.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check and a dexterity check.
Everyone
With
involved?
advantage. No. Whoever is the primary bridge builder, give me both of those with advantage.
Ooh, can I give them inspiration?
You
'Cause
can.
I haven't done that yet.
You certainly can.
Okay. So who's making it?
The pirate lady, your friend the pirate lady.
Alright. So I will compose a 2-line poem.
Oh boy.
Should I
My
hand it
bestie
back?
at sea, be as best as you can be. There you go.
Oh, that was beautiful. Alright, so,
poetry.
hey, that
That's
bard's, man.
1d8.
Alright, so you have 1d8 of stuff. So, the way that works is... So the way that this works is that you can make your ability check, so you roll it twice, take the higher number, and if you feel like it's still not high enough, you can take a d8 and roll it and add that to your roll.
Ooh, okay. That's
So, yeah.
really good because I have -1 intelligence.
Oh boy. So make your intelligence roll first, take it twice and roll the higher. Or roll it twice and take the higher.
That's 12 or 11.
You can move that.
12.
Okay. So do you want to use your inspiration or do you want to wait and see how your dexterity goes? Or you can save your inspiration. It's up to you.
Well, you only have it for 10 minutes.
But still, there's a lot you guys can do in 10 minutes.
So it's either my intelligence roll or my dexterity?
Yes, because you have 1d8 to use.
Okay. I'll do my dexterity then.
Okay.
13 plus 6, so that's 19.
Okay.
Or 5 plus 6, 11.
Okay, so a 11 and a 19?
Yes.
Okay.
For dexterity.
No, I mean for your intelligence was 11, and then dexterity was 19.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So it takes you a couple minutes, even with everyone helping. You gather all these different ropes together, and because the ropes are all different textures and different thicknesses, it's not the sturdiest looking bridge, but you know that the knots that you've tied are solid. You know that you've tied ropes thousands of times on your ship. These knots are good. But the actual construction of the bridge is a little sketchy. We'll see. So you go ahead, you manage to get it across the river, and Akira, you now have a precarious little rope bridge to wander across.
I'm not gonna burn it. I'm not gonna burn it.
She says
Yay!
as her foot touches it and they start to smoke a little bit.
No.
No! Pretty sure. She starts batting at it and then it like goes from like a little like smoldering because she's giving it air, it goes poof.
Why?
Run fast!
Okay. I'm really excited about this new bridge, and I'm gonna try to walk it.
You managed to do it. You don't have to make a check because it is a bridge instead of a tightrope. So because it is an object as opposed to just a strand running across, I'm just going to say that you're able to cross it just for brevity's sake. You're able to cross it. It's smoking a little bit on the far side, but what can you do? You guys managed to pull it across.
Thanks, guys!
You put out the fire, no problem. They're a little singed. They're still in working order. They're just a little singed now.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
And you guys are now back across the river.
Do we get the ropes back?
Yes, you get the ropes back.
Slightly singed, but...
Slightly singed on one end.
I
but
wrote singed in there.
Singed. Perfect. So, you guys come back across. You see, as you cross the river's behind you. You see to your right, you see the remains of a mansion that you had seen previously, and to your left you see the remains of a church. And then you see vague shapes in the distance that are mostly swallowed by mist.
What kind of lady is this? Does she like mansions, churches, or huts?
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I think you should check out the mansion. Like, this is obvious.
This is obvious.
Which one has a taller tower?
The bell tower of the church is broken, but it is, and it's like slowly being sucked into the mire kind of thing. Like it's at that kind of an angle. But it's a pretty decent height. The mansion itself is mostly crumbled in on itself. So any height that it would have had is sort of fallen in. But the steeple of the church is still intact as it's slowly sinking into the mud.
I would say good for the church because higher tower is higher vantage point, and hide out easily there. If she turns herself into a crow, right? Or that...
That's Muriel. That's
Okay.
Muriel.
That's someone else. So, vantage point.
Can we check to see if we notice anything right off the bat? Or...
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
That's a d20 plus your... Anyone who wants to, yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
No.
Rip.
Cuckoo's just like busy like preening his feathers because
That's
they're
a
really
3.
wet.
Oh,
Not
wow.
paying attention.
Natural 20.
Oh! Melanthios sees sounds!
Yes.
That was great.
I got an 18, but
Okay.
my thing is 6, and I don't feel like doing math, so it's
Okay.
high.
Yeah, that works. 24.
Okay.
Anybody else roll higher than a 15?
I got it.
Nope.
Okay. So, Ezmeralda, Melanthios,
Sorry.
Osore, it's in my notes, I don't have my notes, they're on my computer. And Osore, you all see through the mist. You guys see sort of like what looks like... It's weird, because at first the mist is shrouding your vision as per usual, and then as you guys stare into it, your eyes almost seem to pierce it for a moment, and it parts. And you see before you what looks almost like a statue, or a monument of some kind. It's elevated, almost like... You know those really beautiful, like, angel gravestone things? They're, like, on a pedestal, and then there's a sculpture on top? It's like that, but instead of it being an angel, there's, like, a kneeling figure. Melanthios, you're able to see a little bit better. You can see that this appears to be like a peasant girl clutching a flower, maybe a rose. It's very beautifully carved. And her face looks familiar. You guys are a few feet away from it, maybe. Let's see.
You tell us that
You guys are
you're
here.
paying attention.
Yeah,
about
well, I'm still staring at these houses.
You guys are you're about 25 feet away from it right now. Did you roll higher than a 15?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
You did not see the exact details of her because of how far away you are and because of the mist, but you do see this. I thought that was someone else. I was like, I feel like more people roll higher than 15. But I'm sorry. It's okay.
I had that reference.
As soon as I said angel, I was like,
Yeah.
I was just waiting. It was just waiting to see who would say it. Was what it was.
You guys see that statue?
Statue?
Akira's like facing the river still, like it's about to attack her.
Staring it down.
Yeah.
Said statue.
Yeah, look, there's a statue over here, and I guess I approach
Okay.
the statue.
Okay, I follow.
Yeah, I did too.
Me too.
As you draw closer, as you draw closer, you see that it is actually standing on a raised plot of land, maybe 5 or 10 feet tall. It's taller than all of you. It'd be a slight walk to get up there. It's surrounded by an iron fence that's been overtaken by lichens and rust and this very textured, old appearance. It is, in fact, the statue of a kneeling girl. She looks like a peasant girl up close by the way that her clothing has been carved. It's not pristine. You can see that there are tatters that have been carved into the edges of the apron. You can see that the shoes look worn. Whoever carved this took very good care to ensure the details were kept. Although her features are gray and weather-worn, those of you who have met Irina notice a striking resemblance. It looks like a statue of Irina.
Irina!
And carved into the monument's base is an epitaph, stating Mariana, taken by the mists.
Oh.
That's
She's the one that reincarnated as Irina?
Tatiana is the original name of Irina. You assume that you remember, I'm pretty sure that Muriel told you the story of the peasant girl who lived here,
yeah.
Yeah.
that you get the feeling that this is her.
Taken by the mist. Guess this was a reincarnation of Irina.
Irina!
Tatiana.
Seems so.
It seems important.
And as you guys see this, you see another silhouette sort of wandering towards you from the mists, coming from the same direction as the statue is. Just kind of, stops, and you can see it's like,
Who goes
keeps
there?
walking.
Hey, Lord, the people!
I'm all like,
What?
you know, fire.
As you call out, you see 2 torches immediately in the distance.
Hey, sweet, nice light.
As you get closer, you realize that her hands are on fire.
Do you need help? There's a river nearby.
No! I do not need that kind of help.
And you find yourself having stumbled upon a gray-skinned, black-haired elf, a pink girl with pink hair and horns, a purple-skinned, pink-haired elf, a completely black, fluffy raven with a coat that is about the size of a person, a slightly smaller than the size of a person with fluffy hair and trees in their hair and all sorts of fun stuff, and a gypsy with a wooden leg.
Man, you guys are a sight for sore eyes.
Why are your eyes sore?
So, what? My name is Sorisana.
It's an expression, sweetie.
My name is Sorisana. I'm a wood elf, but you need to know that I am terrible with directions. My parents sent me out to go get milk for our cake that we were making.
That was 7 years ago, and I still haven't found my way home. So, hey, do you know where my house is?
I'm so upset! I love this!
Your house? Are you from Barovia?
Is that where I am?
Apparently not.
Wait, what? Well, that's where she is.
You've wandered a long way.
I guess. Yeah, my parents were always disappointed that I could never find my way back. I mean, you'd think a wood elf would know the right from left. I mean, you know, stars and compasses. And
Is this what I sound like when I'm talking to you? What? Can I do like a is she lying check?
Yeah, make an
The
insight
what?
check. Roll a d20 and add your insight modifier.
I forgot the word for it.
You're good, you're good. Is this what that was beautiful.
This is a good dice. It's low-key a natural 20 again.
Guys, we have the Taliesin Jaffe of this group.
Table.
It's Laura.
Oh, it's rolling on this table.
Right there, that exact spot on the table.
Yes.
She's pretty straightforward. She just seems genuinely lost.
You okay there?
I guess I want to do an insight check on her.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Roll your
'cause I'm
d20 and
just-
add your insight.
that's
Would you like to describe
Whoa.
your appearance?
Wait, what'd you get?
For her with the LA and everything.
Oh no, she's pretty. And probably a hot mess from being lost here for 7 years.
No,
But,
we'll
you
go,
know.
I'm average height with striking dark hair that's haphazardly pulled back.
I support.
Scars and bruises from various encounters with trees that had it coming.
Been there.
I have a sense of I hit first, ask questions later. But overall, very good person. And, you know, I just happen to be a disgrace to my parents that I don't know my way around places.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Was it Misty when you left your house? I don't remember. That was 7 years ago.
You almost hear like the chattering of children's laughter through the mist briefly, just sort of like skitters past.
Okay, that's not creepy at all.
Detect life. Is there actually somebody over there?
There's nothing there. I mean, she's a real person. The person you're talking to is a real person.
Not a mirage.
DM, I got a 21 on insight.
Yeah, she's pretty on the level. She's just hopelessly lost.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's really sad.
Can we help
You'd actually be willing to take me with you and find my way out of this place?
Well, did you mention where you live?
I don't remember.
You don't remember where you live.
Do you know which country?
I think it was either that way or that way.
That's a
I
good
don't
place.
remember.
That's a good place to start. I'll start there.
Did you
Okay.
notice anything? Have you been walking around the town? Have you noticed anything in the town?
There's a lot of mist. I mean, they need better circulation in this place.
That's all Barovia.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's actually a good idea. If we just burn the mist away.
That's the first time anyone's ever said thank you.
And it's even funnier because he learned that from Strahd!
That's right.
I love this! Please continue.
Cuckoo is very pleased with himself.
The bird like fluffs up a little bit and just kind of. The proudest Borb. He is round and pleased with himself.
Have you heard? How long have you been in this town?
There's a town?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not good with directions. I'm not very good with time either, you know.
You heard of Lysaga?
Bubble tea? Bubble tea? Is there bubble tea place nearby?
Oh, trust me,
Bubble
I
tea.
wish. The kind that's like gray and has little pink bubbles in it.
Oh,
Yeah. With just like
amazing.
the hint of agave.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Yeah.
I like this one.
Melanthios by the ear. No kidnapping. No kidnapping.
Is kidnapping a regular thing with you guys?
Basilica nods.
Him. Not with us. With him.
We're on the same side.
See? Sometimes.
She nods again. She just. It seems like she's stuck for a minute, just kind of nodding. And then she stops, and then she just kind of like looks down.
Whoa.
The lamp was shaking. It's still shaking.
Do. Not sponsored.
Have you been in any of these? Have you been in like the church or the mansion?
I've kind of wandered around. I mean, things all kind of look familiar. I don't know whether it's because I'm from here or it's just because I've wandered around so much that things start looking the same. I mean, creepy tree here, screechy owl over there, mysterious shapes in the distance. I normally go the opposite way of those, you know. I'm not much help when it's going to come to what's around the area, because I still haven't found a place that sells milk either. Have you guys passed a market?
We came from a town with people.
They have that or something.
I don't think. Hey,
Buying
my
milk
my wagon is gone.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
mine is gone. Yeah.
That's
You
fair.
might have had some luck before, though.
I feel like you might need more than milk to escape this place, though.
I mean, if you guys take me with you and eventually find our way back to our house, if my parents let us in, I mean, I'll make the cake that we were making 7 years ago.
We are taking her.
Fresh
I
ingredients.
love some cake.
Yeah. Forever since I've
With
had
pink
cake.
frosting, so makes it sprinkles.
Yeah. Pink frosting, definitely.
How
So-
are you with danger? Because you might encounter
here.
some of that with this
She's
group.
great
I
at
hit things first.
Can I
Ask questions later.
I like this one.
Me too.
That works.
Except for I say seduce things first, then hit them. Just never mind. Everything's fine.
Why do you talk?
12 and 18 with my modifier is 20.
Nice. Yeah, you look over and you can see a few feet away. You can see that perched on the steeple of the church, there's an owl. It's in there's two eyes are like coins reflecting as it's watching.
Shiny owl! Shiny owl! I point like really excitedly.
And
up
I
to-
look up to see the owl.
Its head.
See what I mean? Creepy owl over here. Crazy tree over there.
That-
dark shapes in the
She's
distance.
a crazy tree, all right.
That is unsettling.
Like branches going ever. I mean, that one tree had it come. If you see a tree that's like sliced, it had it come. It went for me.
I mean, I burned some trees on the way here, so
Oh, that was
Guys, do you feel like the last time we found a weird bird, there was like,
Should we go get it? I mean, that's protein.
yes.
sure.
Guys, we are not here for shiny birds, or burning trees, or cutting trees, or doing anything to trees. We are here to figure out where Baba Lysaga is, what in the world is going on with this creepy town, and hopefully we'll get out of this mess alive.
To the church.
Owl!
Okay, first, so you're trying to get somewhere that you have no idea or remembrance where it is, or how to get there.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feel that.
Just wanted to sum it up.
Yeah. What else is hopelessly lost and confused with directions?
Yes, we've heard her story like 30 times now. Can we move on?
Like,
Nice.
Melanthios pulls out like his Barovian Bible or whatever, one of those religious texts that he has.
I say you pull out like a pamphlet from the Morning Lord that you stole from like
Yeah.
from the Abbey. You
And
stole
I
it
go
from
to
the
the
Abbey.
church.
And you pull out Spotify and start playing "Take Me to Church" on your phone.
No, that was playing at the
Yes!
that was playing at the bistro today, and I was very confused.
Are you serious? I
Wow.
support the bistro all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that song.
I was like, this is familiar, and then the words happened, and I was like,
They're playing this?
What? Squints in Latin at the bistro. They've been playing like 2001 Evanescence, and I'm not sure how to feel about it.
Yeah, they were.
I'm not like.
I heard them play
It's like
Immortals.
it's like
Yeah.
everyone's
Yeah.
middle school playlist, and I'm not sure how to feel.
Maybe they mistook the name. Take me to
Hey!
church.
That's great.
It's a Christian song.
No, like I think like I told my friends they were playing My Immortal, and they're like they might have thought it was a Christian song. You right? You right? Dude, that song is so good. That was on my nails playlist for a while, and then I cut it because it didn't fit with the theme of the rest of the songs. It was too slow. My nail either has like super chill like Celtic woman angst or like anger. There is no chill.
It's on Gems.
Hey! You know what's not on Jimin's? That one. Also, the DM was upset because you haven't been on Discord, and he was.
I know.
We were like, when are you gonna introduce her? And he was like, she hasn't been online. And it was so sad.
I died again, but I was
'Cause
talking
we're
to
at,
him
like-
yesterday.
We're at like a perfect spot for you to come into. I don't know if he said that, but like, as a DM, I feel like it'd be a really good narrative spot for you to come
We
into.
were talking yesterday, and I saw that he replied, so I
Witchcraft. It doesn't talk to me when I talk to it. Anyway, we got really sidetracked. Welcome to D&D. So you guys go to the church.
wanna
Yeah.
come with us? We're going straight into the mouth of danger.
Heck yeah, let's go.
Okay.
As long as you know.
So
I have a
sad.
sword, might as well use it.
Hey!
Not
Is it a shiny
on
sword?
Lysaga though.
Is it a shiny sword?
Yet. Very shiny.
You notice the bird very, very aggressively eyeing the sword.
I'm careful. I already have enough swords, so it's fine.
Oh, I don't need another sword. It's just shiny. You know.
I love this. He put it in his tail feathers, and it would just be like a shiny tail feather.
Oh my god.
That would be amazing.
Don't question it. Don't think about it too hard. So,
I get my magic stones ready.
So, as you approach, you pick up 3 stones near the riverbed, and just they start floating around your head, sort of like a gray halo. The mist twirls around each of the stones as they just sort of hover there.
Also, I think I have to repair the clairvoyance spell, so I want to do that.
Okay, so you're doing a ready action? What do you...
I just think it's kind of.
It takes 10
ironic
minutes
that
to
one has a
cast,
halo and
so-
one has horns. That's all.
A halo of stones.
Ooh! Can I put a halo
Okay.
over myself using dancing lights?
You can.
Oh, please don't.
It'll be a pretty big halo, but you can. I mean, dancing lights, like, you can create the size of a person with dancing lights. That's how big they are. You can make torches, you can make orbs of light, or you can, like, make the form of a person.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, you can. Where are you gonna cast it? Where are you
Oh,
gonna put
do
it?
I have to choose right now?
Yeah, it says you create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you, or an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you.
Can I do it like at the top of one of the like the church tower?
Yeah.
Okay. I do that.
I don't understand the purpose of this spell. What does it do? Visible set. It just.
I can see you.
Oh, Scanlan had this. I know what this is. This was when Scanlan had his magical blue poo that he could scry with. No, he literally had scrying poo. It's literally a thing that happens in Critical Role. He drinks a potion, and then he poops, and he can scry with the poop. Don't ask questions. Just it's a great show. Everyone should watch Critical Role. All right. So you guys approach the church. You can see as you're walking, Ezmeralda's eyes are kind of glazed over. She's tracing this arcane sigil in the air as she's moving in it. You can see little flicks of light at the top of the church tower that correspond with the motions her hands are making.
What's doing there?
Something.
Okay.
I just realized I wouldn't know what the statue meant.
No, you wouldn't. So yeah, you just saw a statue of a peasant girl. That's cool.
I mean, you saw us
Fair.
just it was just like mumbling about it. Oh yeah, that person.
Yep.
Okay.
So as you guys approach, you can see the steeple, and you can see part of the shell of the building that's been mostly swallowed by the ground around it. There's a few. It looks like a cemetery almost. It goes that way ahead of you guys, and all the gravestones are like covered in lichen. Pardon me. They're covered in lichen, and the swarms of flies are landing on the ground, sort of skittering around. And the stones themselves have sunken into the earth. There is an iron fence. It's pretty decrepit and like water filled at this point. You can see in places it's actually just bent over on itself from the weight and the rust that has accumulated over the years. And it looks like the cemetery had been bigger at one point, but it now is just a sinkhole.
That's cheery.
Your feet make more and more squelchy sounds as you get closer.
No. Okay. We're just gonna sink through the ground.
Not keep moving.
Okay.
That's literally what I was going to say.
I like run.
You're kicking up mud everywhere. It's flying off your shoes. Feels pretty nasty. Feels kind of like the ground is grabbing you every time you kick off with your foot. It's not pleasant. You guys made it to the church. What you doing?
Go in.
Okay, can I just take in the church?
Yeah.
What it is, I guess. Perception, or insight.
Perception.
And Cuckoo is following Melanthios, just kind of lightly, slowly, just kind of hopping.
I would say, are you doing like the stupid bird run, or are you doing like the actual hop?
The hop.
Okay. Cuckoo's behind you, just 17. It's pretty old and decrepit. All of the pews have been taken in by the earth. You can
inside.
The wall is gone.
Oh.
It's a shell of a building. It's not a full building. You can see the pulpit barely. It's trying so hard to stay above the earth, but it's slowly. You feel like with 10 more years or so, it'll be completely swallowed. There's like a room or a doorway to a separate room behind the pulpit, but the door is gone and all you see is mist.
Okay. This looks like it could cave in on our heads in any minute.
Well, most of the roof is gone too, so.
Oh, okay. So what is left of this church?
You got like 2.5 walls. You've got some like supports for a roof. It's struggling.
Okay.
You got like half a roof.
If there's a bell tower, there has to be stairs up to the bell tower.
Or what were stairs?
Yeah, I would say it's like there are stairs.
So there's a door. And that's mostly what I see, except
Yeah, there's really nothing in there anymore. It's all
Okay.
gone.
there's go toward the door.
A little room behind the pulpit.
Yeah, there's just an open doorway that you can see mist through. Was that Satan? Meg, is that you?
What?
Is that you?
Are you hearing something?
A guy's voice.
Oh, that's my brother.
Oh. Hi, brother. We thought you were Satan.
They thought you were Satan.
I love how there's just silence after that. Just this is my life now. So
I would like to go in.
I go toward the doorway, like right to the doorway.
it becomes less like marshland and more like a bog the further you go into the church. Your feet start to sink a little bit as you get closer. You get to the door, you poke your heads through. The back wall is gone. There are side walls still, but the back wall to this room is completely gone. There's nothing in here. You can still see that there's what was once a light fixture. It's now completely overtaken by rust. And off in the back you can see where you came from originally, just stretching out in front of you.
There's nothing here.
Can I attempt to go climb up the stairs using maybe a rope or something? Like, can I try to like?
Do you
roll
have a
rope?
climber's kit?
I feel like I have something.
If you had pythons, then you have a climber's kit.
Then yeah.
Then yeah, go ahead and make an acrobatics check with advantage.
Okay. So roll.
Roll 2d20, take the higher, and add your acrobatics.
Oh wait, I do have rope. Ha.
That's handy now.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't have like.
15.
Alright. Is that plus your acrobatics?
Oh. 18.
Okay. So yeah, you take out your 2 pythons, you toss one in the air, you catch it. The wood actually bends and bows underneath the weight of the python as you start pulling yourself up to climb these stairs. You're actually using the wall because the bell tower itself, the walls are mostly intact. So you're actually able to use the inner wall of the bell tower to sort of like get up there. You get to the top, there's a really, really rusty bell up there. Like, you're surprised it hasn't fallen yet.
Hit it!
I do.
Oh my
no.
I just shake my head.
The bell actually, upon the impact of the, what's it called? What's the inside of the bell called?
Bell hitter thing.
Huh?
Isn't it like a hammer?
Hammer, yeah. Except by the hammer, that piece actually goes flying off. The piece that was struck by the hammer. It goes flying off, it lands with this awful squelch in the ground.
Shiny?
It is not.
Darn.
It's rusted over, it's pocked, it's
No
not
interest.
good. The bell itself actually lurches. You feel the entire platform you're standing on lurch to the side, Melanthios, and start to sink faster. As the vibrations from this bell, like, send the mud below into the sort of frenzy and
It's
starts
okay,
to suck it
to
down.
fall.
Kind of like acrobatics escape.
What are you doing to acrobatics escape?
Really quickly, kind of climb down the wall again.
Parkour?
Yeah,
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Quickly look around to see what's up there with you before you jump.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
But she's
Make a
kind of
perception
falling.
check.
Oh, okay. Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's just vibrating.
It's coming down.
Okay, I'm doing a fast
Falling.
perception check. So
Yeah.
kind of like,
So, roll your d20 plus your perception.
A quick glance.
As you
Before I jump.
parkour.
okay. 14.
I knew that was stupid when I said
You're sinking. No lie, this is kind of scary. You see mist and trees.
Now I parkour.
All right, roll your acrobatics check.
18.
18. So you jump off, you bounce off a couple walls, you go off the one and then you go off the other, and then you try to land, and you would have made a 3-point landing, except the ground is really soft, and you sink like up to your knee. So it's not terrible. Like, you're able to get out. It would have been really bad if you had rolled under an 18. So you're able to. It's so gross. It's wet and squishy and awful and it sticks to you as you like climb off. You sort of brush it all off. You try. It's more like a slick that you have to like sling off. It's not fun, but you got to ring an old rusty bell.
I thank you.
And you hear in the distance.
That was worth it.
You hear this really angry sort of.
Yeah, that's what a bird sounds like.
Yep.
I was gonna ask, is the owl still there?
The owl's gone. The owl took off. You ring the bell. The owl was out of there.
Do we know which direction it's coming
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. You guys are here. You guys are facing this way. It's coming from this way.
Well, now we just announced to everyone who may or may not be here that, hey, guess what? We're here, and we're destroying your bell tower.
Do you think they care about the bell tower?
I think they
Sorry,
care about the
Mom.
fact that we're here.
Alright, we
We're
brought them
literally
anyway.
trying to find them.
We can just punch him if we mean.
No,
True.
no,
Set them on fire, punch them.
no. Strategy, guys. Have you heard of it? Have
You?
Yes! I am the master of strategy.
Ha!
You guys also hear the bleating of goats.
What? I want to find that goat.
Go.
Oh yeah, where's your strategy now? I want to find that goat.
Have you ever had goat
Where's the goat?
stew? It's like nice.
Hey guys,
I'm a master of strategy.
remember
Where's the goat?
the creepy witch hag lady we're looking for?
Oh yeah.
Goats. Probably.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Oh.
Even she eats goats.
I can milk a goat.
Not
Oh
now.
my gosh.
Not now. Maybe later.
Crackers.
No.
Well, we can
Like
serve
parsley on top.
Maybe some prosciutto.
Yes.
Let's go find those goats. She's right. Probably near the creepy old. The beautiful goddess.
Okay.
Why is it always extremes with you?
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we like cautiously go that way toward the sound of the goat?
Sure. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Everybody who wants to be sneaky, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Wait, stealthy?
I want to go stealthy. I don't want to.
You don't have to, but whoever
Oh.
wants to.
Nat 20.
I feel like I
Yeah.
want to. Cause
Borb vanishes.
Again?
He's just gone. Like at first, you think the mist teleported him away because he's just gone.
Yeah, I'll try stealthy.
Yeah. What do you roll?
Roll your d20 and add your stealth modifier. So roll the roundest one.
17.
Okay.
23.
What is that number? 17.
Okay. Wow.
I got a 13.
All right.
19.
14.
So with relative quiet as you can be amid the
Oh, wait.
awful ground.
I think I can roll a d4 for extra. To give the shot at.
Oh yeah. If you want to.
4.
All right. All right. So like you start being sneaky, and then you're like, no, I can do better, and you like do like the mission. You start humming the Mission Impossible theme to yourself, and like you got this. Okay, where are goat?
Gotta have some fun.
Where are goats?
Competition.
There are goat. All right, so you guys go ahead and you move past the mansion, and it's starting to get much darker now. Instead of like a light gray for the mist, you're starting to see like shades of black and dark blue mixed with like the lighter silver highlights of the mist as it sort of trails through the town. You pass the mansion to your left. And as you approach, you see directly ahead of you, actually, you see the figure of a person. And it grows, it doesn't seem to notice you as you approach. And as you get closer, you get to about 30 feet away from it, you can see that it's actually a scarecrow. And the scarecrow, in the side and through some of the seams, you can see there are black feathers poking through that it appears to be stuffed with.
Are there goats around it?
Cuckoo really doesn't like that.
I'm like now kind of on edge seeing the scarecrow, so like now I've got like maybe firebolt at the ready.
Okay, ready action
And I
fireball.
have my crossbow ready.
And you're gonna ready it. What's gonna be the trigger action for this?
A sign of threat, I guess. Maybe I don't know. I feel threatened.
Okay, if you feel threatened, you're gonna go ahead and fire it off. All right, Cuckoo. What's gonna be your trigger for your action?
Wait, what do you mean?
So what you're doing like you're holding your action, which means that you're saying, okay, I'm going to wait to do this until. So
The
what's,
second, like, if that thing moves.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
That's the wrong book.
Okay, I roll through my.
Like, literally, if a gust of wind comes through and sways it, I'm shooting.
I got you.
Oh, I'm also like tugging the silk up behind me.
Okay. She goes. She's happy.
Pam?
Yep.
Is it alive?
You tell me. Is it alive?
Detect life.
Okay. Are you keeping track of your spell slots?
This is a trait.
Oh, this. How often can you do this?
I don't know. It doesn't say that there's a limit to it.
Well, that's fun.
That's why I've been using it so much.
Alright, I got you. I got you. Give me a second. I got it. There we go. I guess I have to stick to my ruling from before. Yes, it is.
It is?
Yep.
Okay, I tell everybody it's alive.
Aha.
It's alive.
Can I ready my poison spray?
Yeah, absolutely. What's going to be your trigger?
If it looks scary.
Looks like a scarecrow stuffed with raven feathers.
Is my magic stone still ready, or?
Yeah, still floating around your head.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. What's it?
I mean, you
I
can
guess
just...
if it can I do it like if it rapidly approaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I supposed to have a trigger?
No, you have a spell up, so you can just, you can do that whenever you feel like it.
Cool.
But since these people are specifically, like, doing a ready action, it's like... Alright, do you guys continue, or do you just stop and...
Can I use minor illusion to like create a shadow of like a movement to test if it like attacks?
Yeah.
Or something?
Ooh, that's
Okay,
fun.
so I do that.
So you watch as the other drow that you're with does it with a flick of her wrist, sends what looks like the shadow of some indistinguishable. It's misty. You can't really tell what exactly the shadow is, but a shadow of a shape towards the scarecrow and past it. It flutters past. There seems to be no effect.
Does the scarecrow have eyes, or can we see them?
As you get a little bit closer, you can see that there are sewn eyes on it. It has a big sewn-on toothy smile.
That's not okay.
comforting.
That's not okay. Is
Sparky
there
over
like,
here could just
are we
light it up
going?
and it'd be done.
Are we going down like
Yeah.
the main part right now? Is there any way we could go like around a building to avoid it, or no?
There are no buildings here. You guys just
There's no
you guys
buildings.
walked through the
I'm
town
in-
to get here.
Oh, okay.
So you guys were passing
Literally
these
everything you touch
decrepit
is
sort of
fine.
misty buildings.
Yes.
There wasn't really anything of interest
Okay,
in
so
any
there's
of
nothing
them.
we could like hide around.
No. There's just
It's just like open.
and as you look to see if there are any as you look to see if there's anywhere that you could hide, you actually see two more scarecrows. You see one over here and one over here.
Not okay.
Wait,
This is not okay.
Who sees that?
She does. So she's looking for somewhere to kind of hide behind,
Yeah.
and she sees a scarecrow off to the right and left.
Guys, there are more.
So are these scarecrows like that one lady's bodyguards, or
I think so.
Yeah, that's what she
do
told
we
us.
know what the deal is with them?
Didn't what's her
Yeah,
face?
Muriel
Yeah.
did tell you to watch out for the scarecrows.
Yeah.
So it looks like you guys know what these are. What are they?
They're bad and scary.
Well, I can tell that it has an entity written.
Oh.
But more than that, you seem to know more about what's going on in this area than I
Oh.
do.
Okay. They're kind of a sign. There are two things. It's kind of a sign that we're near this lady's house. So, or where she lives. A beautiful, mature woman.
A friend told us that. With that.
And
What a shame the poor groom's bride is a beautiful woman. It's Melanthios singing the song when he's drunk at 2 in the morning.
yes.
That's Melanthios singing the song.
And we've been told to beware of them, but we don't know that much about them.
Okay.
Her
But-
name is Baba Lysaga. She has a thing. We need the thing. We're gonna go get the thing.
Yeah.
So we can punch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend punching it till like it tries to punch you though, like just in case. Like, what if they're asleep or something?
What if
they
they're
like
triggered by
us?
punches?
What if they like us?
Are they walking towards us?
Cuckoo?
No, they are stationary.
Just thinking,
Okay.
they're not going to like me. I don't care about you all, but
The angry black chicken.
of course he can't. Wait, are they scarecrows like just like on sticks? Or
They are.
The
They're on sticks right now.
They're on sticks. Okay. Okay.
So
And they're not. They haven't moved yet, but we know they're alive.
Yes.
Do the rest of us know that there are more in a row? So she said.
I just said it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. She
that's
she
it,
lets you
guys.
know that there
So
are.
if they're in a line, what happens if you cross them?
Something tells me they're gonna attack.
Okay, everyone keep your eyes. Let's see, there's 2. Wait, math.
They're highly outnumbered, and they're just scarecrows, so how much damage can they actually do?
Well,
Okay.
but if there's 2 more, why is there may be more?
Is there a way for us to like walk around and see without actually crossing the line?
Yeah. Which direction do you go? Towards the river or away from it?
Which direction have we been walking?
You've been walking along, like, the same direction, parallel with the river.
Okay. I go away from the river.
Alright.
But not any closer to them.
As you're walking, you come towards the scarecrow that you saw to your left, and off in the distance you can actually see another figure up on a pole, the exact same as the others. How far do you go? Because beyond this you can see building, like another crumbled building, a little
Okay.
further beyond that, and then it drops off into the mist.
Okay. How far away am I from the group right now?
You're about 30 feet away.
Okay. So I saw another one. So that was a total of 3.
There's a total of 4 now.
There's a total of 4.
Wait.
And then I saw a crumbled building in the distance.
Yes.
Okay. I walk back to the group and I tell them these things.
Sounds like the building's where we want to get to.
Building? Why?
Well, what's the other direction? She just went a direction, but there's another direction we can go.
I think we're going to go around these things.
What if we go through the river?
That's a valid point.
That is a terrible idea. Why?
Walk in the water.
If we came from the river and into town and they weren't there before, that means they had to have come somewhere else.
You guys
Unless they're
hadn't
not
come.
by the
You guys
river.
hadn't come this far into the forest or into the town. You guys were on the outskirts of town. Now you guys have come into town, and the scarecrows are in town.
Oh, they're in town?
Yes.
They're not on the outskirts.
No. No, you guys. When you guys passed the church, you passed several decrepit, sort of old buildings. There was nothing of interest in any of them, just more flies, and then you came to this area.
Are they standing in a particular way to see if, like, they're curving, like, perimeter-wise, or just a straight line?
It seems like a pretty straight line. You can see off to this side over here where the other scarecrow is. You can see the building's kind of bottleneck, and that scarecrow seems to be standing in the bottleneck. But off to this side, the scarecrow trade just stops.
So it stops at the river then?
It's not. There's a bottleneck to the river that stops with the scarecrow, and then the scarecrow over here just sort of like stops at the edge of town.
Oh.
And we see a total of 4.
Yes, there's a total of 4.
So it stops. So we're around? I highly doubt it.
Why would somebody put scarecrows in the middle of town? This is a very bad spot for farming.
I don't think that's what they're for.
Looks like they're guarding something, so they're, like, sentries. And it looks like that house is where we need to go. Or who the person we're looking for, maybe.
Yeah.
Say that.
How close are you to this scarecrow?
I'm keeping a distance.
How far?
How far were we when we saw them?
Yeah.
What, 30 feet?
Yeah, about 30. The mist is about as 30 feet as far as you can see.
Yeah, I feel
We're
like I can
about
stop
that
that.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't. Alright.
I think. Can we try going to the riverside to see if we can just like go down the river?
You can certainly try.
Let's do that.
Go down. I'll get near the river.
Because like, if they're in a line, all we have to do is go outside the line. Oh, they might be facing the river.
Well, we can check.
Let's check.
Are they facing the river?
They're facing out. So the one on the furthest edge. Here. I can't show you this because it shows you too much. So there's 4, right? So they're kind of like this kind of a shape. And then you have this one is facing like this way.
Okay.
These two are facing these ways, and this one's kind of facing this way, and the river is right here.
Yeah, they look like they're circling something particular.
What if we poke one with a stick?
No.
I support that.
Hold it.
There's been a lot of talking and a lot less poking.
Yeah.
Hey,
I got a bad
I
feeling
think-
about
I
this.
think my rock can reach 30 feet.
Throw your rock.
No!
Throw a rock.
Don't throw the rock until we're ready to
Well,
Or
fight
maybe that little
something.
tree
or
friend.
if you don't,
Yeah.
No.
Hune is not going anywhere.
if you don't want to hit the thing on a stick, throw
My
it in the
tree
middle
friend.
where
What's his name?
they're all circling
Cute.
looking in at.
Cute what?
Hune.
Cute?
Hune.
Cute. That's adorable. Guys, we're not gonna sacrifice the little guy.
Fine, we won't sacrifice a
If he's
cute.
tiny, he's in the mist and undetectable, basically.
And
He
very
just stays quiet.
squashable.
Sacrifice her rock.
Yeah, very easy to be cut in half.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me when you said that? I don't cut things.
I can't see her. There's a head in the way.
There's a cuckoo in the way.
There's a cuckoo in the way.
Well, I mean, question as somebody who has never played this before.
Ye.
Since I have Mask of the Wild, can I attempt to sneak through the mist to the other side to see what's on the other?
I don't know what that is.
It's essentially I can attempt to hide even when I'm lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, and other natural phenomena.
Yeah, you can use that. I mean, you're an elfie boy, so that means that you. There you are. Oh yeah. So go ahead and roll. I think that'd be stealth. So it'd be roll a d20, add your stealth modifier. Let me see how well you're able to hide.
This goes badly. Back me up, guys.
What goes bad?
I'll back her up because I have
What
something
goes
to
badly?
shout out to.
I'm gonna try to sneak past them.
Why?
So it's on the other side.
Okay.
I can hide in the
Be
mist.
careful.
I'm gonna try. Oh,
That was
I'm.
fun.
If she seems like she's
should I
in
do
danger.
that again since it hit the
Uh,
cut then? Or just go with it?
See what happens.
17.
Okay. So you guys watch as this relatively odd wood elf just starts. She crouches down into the mist, and it's almost like with Cuckoo, the mist almost seems to swallow her. As she creeps forward, you very cautiously approach. You can barely hear your own footsteps as you're sort of creeping towards this. You can almost feel the presence of the scarecrows on either side. It feels almost like they're looking at you. And then you get past them, and you look up. And ahead of you, in the mist, very murkily, you can see what at first looks like a ramshackle, massive spider. Sort of on one side, its legs all spread. And as you get a better view, you realize that this is actually a hut on massive tree roots that have lifted it above the ground. It's ramshackle, it's got pieces falling off of it. On one side, you can see a floating skull, massive, probably the size of a giant skull. It's just hovering next to it. There's an open doorway to one side, and on the other side over here, you can actually see the pen of goats. And the goat pen is surrounded by wooden stakes with skulls on them.
How close would I have to get to you?
The chattering of the birds is also much louder. You can see 2 cages of ravens that are fluttering and squawking inside these cages.
How close would I have to get to use silent speech? I think it's 30 feet.
30 feet.
So, like, how close would I have to get to her to be 30 feet away? How far is she?
She's about 50 feet away from you. So you'd have to get about 10 feet away from a scarecrow.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you get close enough and something goes wrong, I'm still close enough to come in and help fight whatever is tricky if something gets
Yeah, like her movement is 30 feet.
Yeah.
So she would be able to get back to you if something happened.
Can I get closer to them as well?
Can I sneak closer? Can I use
Yeah,
my sneak?
Go ahead and roll your stealth.
Can I also go past
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your stealth check.
Okay.
That was so close to being 1. Dude.
So
Dang.
I rolled an 8 still.
Oh no, so sad.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak past.
Alright.
Try at least.
Alright.
I guess we're going Cuckoo.
I slowly follow Melanthios.
I'm like I see stealth too.
I have a 9.
Ooh.
9.
I have a 10.
Okay.
That's 20.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
18.
Oh, do I have to add it?
You add your stealth to whatever you roll.
Okay. Wait. 24.
Also, can I go like in the middle of 2 scarecrows so that I'm not like so it's like not the distance?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's about equidistant. Okay. So all of you managed to make it past these scarecrows with varying levels of unease. Some of you feel super watched. Others of you feel almost like you weren't noticed. But you managed to make it through. You take a breath, and you see before you the same spider-like, spindly, massive hut with the gigantic skull floating beside it, and the cage of goats with the skulls on top, and the ravens that are squawking. The ravens notice a couple of you, and they begin to squawk faster, and they're flapping their wings, and they're sort of landing against the side of the cage, slamming themselves against it. They're trying to get your attention, it seems like.
I want to get him out of that cage.
You want to get them out of the cage?
Yes. I go straight for the skull thing.
The actual floating skull?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the skull? What kind of skull is it? Just a person?
It's a massive skull.
Yeah.
It's
like a came from a giant.
like a giant, yes. Like it's a human skull, yes, but it giant sized.
Didn't that one Muriel, what's her name? Didn't she say that Baba Lysaga person like rode around in the
It's her car.
It is her car. You found her car.
And
Good job.
I consider it because I would like something to replace my wagon. So,
Are you kidding me?
I mean,
Oh
if
He
you
my
just
God.
got here.
You're gonna hotwire your skull.
You're gonna hide the skull.
Okay,
I hate this.
Do I notice Ezmeralda going toward the giant skull?
I mean, she
I
rolled
guess
a,
so.
what was it, like a 10?
a 10.
She rolled a 10. So like
I guess so.
you can see, I mean, she's got a red coat. So like you can like barely make out among the swirling mist. You can kind of see Ezmeralda just
Where are you going? To get a transportation device.
Esmeralda, come back.
So I go up to the raven cage and like try to use my thieves tools to pick the lock.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your roll a dexterity check and add your proficiency bonus.
I rolled a 1.
You slide your picks into the lock, and your hands are shaking because you want these birds out, and the birds are shaking the cage as because they see what you are, and they're slamming against the cage with their bodies, they're making it shake, and all of a sudden you hear this very fateful just ping as one of your lock picks snaps in half.
I am very sad for her.
I see what the bird is doing, trying to get the birds out of the cage, and I approve. So I go over there, and I give him my set of thieves' tools so he can try again.
Alright. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay. Okay.
So roll twice, take the higher. And add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Akira's in her head is like, well, so much
Okay.
for trying to get on her good side.
Where's my proficiency? Oh,
It should-
there. Okay. That's a 10.
Okay. You managed to fish out the broken piece of your thieves' tools, but this is a lock that you've never actually you've never experienced this kind of lock before. It's very intricate. It almost seems like as you move one of the pins, it almost feels like another one pops down in its place. So whatever this type of lock is, it's almost like a puzzle lock, and you're not able to figure out how to get it open.
Can I reach it? Can I reach them?
Yeah. Oh, you can get up there.
Can I try?
Try to pick the lock?
Yeah.
Sure. She takes her picks back. She just-
Akira's gonna be torn.
Okay, what is the proficiency I need to use?
It just says proficiency bonus. It should be near the top of your sheet. So you're rolling. It's plus your dexterity plus your proficiency. Were you adding your dexterity also? Were you adding your dexterity also?
Oh, I was not.
Oh boy. What is that? Because it's plus dex plus proficiency.
Okay, that would have been 13.
Okay. Yeah.
20.
20? You snatch them back, and you sit back, and you stick these picks in there, you go, as the lock swings open. You pull the lock out. The door bursts open. The swarm of ravens goes ah! And flies directly into the open doorway of the hut. You hear squawking. You hear this ah! Sort of sound. As you hear this absolute, you hear havoc going on. And now I need
This is gonna bring it.
Okay.
Cuckoo is very happy with this.
That's something you don't see every day.
But wait, I'd like to mention that while all this was going on, Melanthios was distracted by making himself look really nice.
Okay.
I have my pink necklace on
When
and all
is
my
Melanthios
piercings.
not distracted by making himself look really
Like,
nice?
my hair, I look extra nice though. Like, I'm
You
wearing
carry
all my
around a fancy
jewelry.
mirror with you at all times just to make sure you look
Yes.
sporting for the occasion.
Like, I've got all the piercings going on. I've got the silver
What
wrap.
piercing?
What piercings?
Well, okay, I have like this tiefling jewelry stuff.
You do?
Yeah.
Do I ever? Do
And
I notice this?
Do you?
I mean, I don't normally wear it, but like today.
You putting it
Today?
Yeah.
Okay, DM, what do
Yep.
I roll to see if I notice what kind of jewelry?
I
Noelle
mean-
is wearing?
There's a scene going on with ravens, so if you want to make a perception check, you can, but I'd put it at disadvantage.
Okay.
So-
Going for it.
Roll twice and
Oh
take
my
it lower.
Okay, that's not good. That's worse. That would be a 5.
There's a swarm of freaking ravens that just flew into Baba Lysaga's house.
Speaking of which, are we actually out of like all the mud and stuff yet, or are we still in it?
I mean, you guys are perpetually in mud. That's just how this town is. I need to make a note. And
So if I use prestidigitation,
prestidigitation.
that one, it wouldn't really do anything.
I mean, it would briefly.
Alright, never mind.
If we stand still, do we sink?
A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit.
So we're not just like constantly saying.
Yeah, you're not. It's like you sink and then stop.
Okay.
Like you don't. It's not like quicksand. Like you guys are
So
okay.
you actually settle in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now. Oof. Okay. Let me see what that does. I'm just gonna do something here. Don't mind me. So, what are you guys doing as this is happening? I'm gonna give everybody one turn.
As the raven thing is happening?
Yeah, as this is happening, this is going to.
I'm trying to get into the skull.
I'm kind of
Trying to
standing.
get the skull.
I'm kind of
Alright.
standing in horror.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what to do
As-
right now.
Let me see. Let me. Oof.
And I wish I noticed what Melanthios is doing.
Okay. So yeah, you look into the skull. Okay, dexterity. Okay. Big oof.
Realizing that my actions were probably not that great, I back up.
I just stand there watching this unfold, and honestly, I don't really care what chaos happens next. I'm just happy that got done.
Where'd my paper go? I just had a paper. I just had a paper.
Survival, that's all.
Guys, I just had a piece of paper.
Are you using it as a bookmark in the book?
No, it was like a full. It was a full piece of paper. It wasn't a little piece.
You're basically like.
Oh yeah, this.
Yes.
Okay, as you walk up to the skull, you climb in. There's enough room for just you. The skull is still hovering as you get in. It sort of bobs a little bit for your weight. As you do this, there's an explosion of black tentacles, almost like octopus limbs, that go writhing out of the door of the hut. You actually see a few ravens try to fly out. The tentacle grabs them and pulls them back in.
Cuckoo is Barb. Cuckoo is screaming Barb.
Alright.
Octopus.
Well, that's fun.
And everybody roll initiative.
This isn't anime.
Oh!
Here we go.
Still want to date her?
Melanthios does watch anime.
what is it?
Yes.
So what you do is you roll your d20 and you add your initiative modifier. It should be in between your armor class and your speed at the top of your sheet.
That's a 6.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait till the axe.
I got an 18.
I can't find it.
Has it? It'd be your dexterity. Has everybody rolled? Okay.
Nope.
Yes.
Sorry. I've had trouble finding my die. Okay, what do I add?
Your initiative modifier. It's in between. It's in between proficiency and or armor class and speed.
At the very top.
All right.
Oh, I see it.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
25 to 20. 20 to 15.
Counting 15?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
16.
15.
And 18. 18. You had 16, and you had 15. 15 to 10.
10.
Okay. 10 to 5.
I'm gonna die, guys.
5.
6.
Okay. Okay. 6. 5. Meg, what was your initiative?
8.
8. Oof. Okay. Alright.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. This is so upsetting. I mean, I think this is hilarious. 1, okay. Do they have disadvantage on this? No, okay. Top of the round. Baba Lysaga. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. Okay. She's used one of.
I hate this.
She's used one of this.
I said this
Does
is
it make any difference those of us who had weapons ready to go?
She gets the right to
That
kill
was a
us
ready
first.
action for the scarecrows.
Okay.
What?
Unless you got. Were you keeping. Because you told me that the ready action was for the scare. Yours was when you felt threatened.
Yes.
Everyone else was relative to the scarecrows.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead and fire off Firebolt now if you want to.
Yes.
Okay. Are you firing at the tentacles?
Yeah.
Go for
I
it.
guess, yeah.
Okay.
I just,
Okay. Go ahead and roll your d20. Add your. We need battle music.
Okay.
This is not that.
Okay, 12?
12?
Yeah?
Alright. You send off a firebolt, it slams into one of the tentacles, the tentacle dissipates, and then reforms.
Yay.
Cuckoo has just been like a continuous scream for like the past
My character's not saying it. Dissipates, like, it just, like, falls away, kind of like it wasn't really
You
there.
just had a very
Yeah.
weird exchange.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So, like, are the tentacles coming, like, out of the door?
Yeah, there seems to be, like, the room is entirely filled with them, and there's so many that it's actually starting to crawl out of the door and, like, writhe. They seem planted into the ground, but there's too many, they're being forced out of the doorway.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Don't aim for the tentacles. It doesn't do anything.
Is there anything else?
This reminds me very disturbingly of the creature in Death House.
Oh. Burn the house?
Hang on, guys.
Alright, it's sticky.
Hold on, guys. We need music. No, you don't. Why is it not giving me any songs?
It is like down the hallway, down there, turn like left toward the end.
That's awfully upbeat for battle music. I don't like that.
No, I feel like I need to be horrified.
Just floating stones.
I don't hate this. I don't hate this. And I need to turn it way down so the recording can still hear us. It's so sad. Like, if I have the sound up to a point where it can hear us, the music is too loud. Like, you can't... Like, this might even be too loud for the recording. But we'll see.
I mean, I could play it on mine.
Do you have Spotify Premium?
Yeah.
Oh. Then what am I doing this for? Please, by all means. It's, 2 Steps from Hell Velocitron instrumental. You guys were actually making good time on this. I didn't think we'd get this far this fast. I was fully expecting it to take all day for you guys to, like, get to the fight and then we'd stop. But we've still got... Yeah! And then just put it on repeat so it plays the same.
Oh, okay.
So that way we don't, like, get random tavern music in the middle of a fight. I think it can be turned down a little bit.
Do we want it over here, maybe?
Yeah, that'll be...
Okay.
Right. Is it good?
Is that too quiet?
I mean, I think it's good for me, because I don't need it to be super loud, but... So, as these tentacles are writhing throughout the opening of the door, you see Baba Lysaga herself burst through. She's actually currently you look above and you see there is no moon whatsoever. It is pitch dark out. You see her emerge almost like Carrie from the exit of her high school, completely drenched in blood. You see she has almost a greenish brown sort of skin tone. It looks like the texture of wood, but you realize that it's actually wrinkles that have slowly become to start melding back into her flesh. And she extends one long hand towards all of you. And she's going to cast Magic Missile at... This music is so good. How many of you are there? 8?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's 8 of you?
Wait, 9 with Wait, we left Basilica.
No,
Okay. You brought her with you?
I think so. I mean, I would drag her along.
Okay. So, she's going to cast Magic Missile at 6th level. And you watch and see, as she extends her hand, you see what looks like a sharpened bone shoots from her finger, and one slams into each one of you. And you all are going to take... Oh, I need more d4s.
Wait, so we're not in stealth mode anymore?
Oh no, she knows you're there.
We kind of
She knows you're there.
the bird. Well,
Yeah,
some people are at least.
And someone also tried to take it a ride.
I mean, I was just meaning it.
Someone tried to take her ride.
Yeah, I was still sitting there.
Okay, whatever.
I need more d4s! This is upsetting. You know what? We're just gonna... So I said 6th level. There's 9 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need one more d4. There we go. 9. Oh boy. And it's... Each of you at the same time feel a sudden sharp sting as the dart slams into you. Do I roll individual damage? You know what, I'm rolling individual damage. Ezmeralda, you take 4 points of damage. You take 5 points of damage. Cuckoo, you take 5 points of damage. Melanthios, you take 4 points of damage. Akira, you take 2 points of damage. Christine, you take 5 points of damage.
Can I see this coming?
You can.
Okay, because I have Uncanny Dawn, which
Okay.
has damage.
Okay. Yeah, you can use that.
Cool.
Uh,
Does that take it to 2 or 3?
Takes it to 2, you run down. Meg, you take 5 points of damage.
Alright.
And you take 2 points of damage. And Basilica also takes 2 points of damage.
Ooh, is there any, like, is Uncanny Dodge like a spell?
No, it's an ability that you have as a rogue. Because you saw the attack coming, you could dodge out of the way.
Can I do
Wait.
that also? We have to
Yeah, you can all do that. Anyone who's a rogue is able to do that.
I do!
Okay,
Can I do that too?
sure.
I didn't know that was a thing.
And it rounds down. I'm
Okay.
gonna roll initiative for Basilica.
What is round down?
16.
Wait, so what does it take off?
It just has the
It has
damage.
It halves the damage.
Um,
You turn the music down a little bit. It's kind of
Yeah.
loud for me. I can't hear myself think. I do.
How do you keep track of hit points? in a fight?
You should see that it says, at the top it says maximum hit points, and underneath that there's an empty box.
Yeah.
The empty box is where you keep the hit points that you're, like, starting to... So, like, if you had 28 hit points, and you lose, let's say you lose 1 hit point, then in the box underneath you put 27.
Okay.
What am I looking for? Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. Okay.
Beautiful.
Oof.
Cuckoo applaud to you.
Whoa.
I'm scared. I'm very scared.
Big oof. Alright, so, next up, we have Christine. You were just smacked in the face with what looked like a sharpened bone, but it vanished into you when it hit you, and then you don't feel anything. So it was a magical attack.
Okay. How close am I?
Here, let me set up the battle map. This will be little witchy lady. You guys are like, eh. You were right here, Ezmeralda, because you were in the skull. You're like right next to her because she came out of her. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting that you people have tokens.
I was still right by the ravens.
You're right by the ravens. Akira, where were you? You were back here.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't get very far. Like when I
You
saw
were
the
like
house,
right
I was,
past the
like,
scarecrows.
stopped.
The scarecrows
Yeah.
are like there.
I feel like when I saw the house, I kind of
Mhm.
stopped and then I watched the horror happen.
Where are you?
I backed up. I don't know how far I could back up.
I'll put you next to her then.
Cool.
Melanthios, where are you?
Probably pretty near Akira.
Okay, you're right there. Where are you guys?
Well, I have a Melanthios.
We didn't move from after we.
What?
I caught him! I'm the best! Okay. So you guys want to be just all in a line?
Yeah.
Meg, where are you standing?
I would like to be in the back where I can see everyone.
Alright, I'll put you right next to everybody else. Alright, so next up, Christine. It's your turn. Is your computer going to die?
Yeah, I'm on.
What would you like to plug
Now
in?
it's 10%. It was 9%.
Is that funny when it like randomly switches and it's like,
Thank you.
Alright.
You didn't see anything.
I totally saw.
No, you didn't. Nobody's allergic to peanut butter, right?
No, wait, no.
I don't think so.
Thought I asked before I opened up.
It's a smart question, I mean.
No, me.
I mean,
What's
to
that?
be fair, I probably wouldn't have thought to ask that, so
Yeah,
good
I
on you.
don't want to actually kill anybody by
Don't want
doing
to
this.
actually kill anyone.
So I'm within 30 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I can like run up, hit her with my rapier, and then like dash away.
Yeah,
if I
you
want
can
to.
do that.
And I have fancy footwork, so that means no opportunity attacks.
Okay, I got you.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, so go ahead and make your attack. Roll your d20 and add your modifier. And your
And
stabby.
would I be able to do a sneak attack, or if she can?
You would because she's right next to Ezmeralda.
Okay.
So roll your d20 to see if you hit, and then if you hit, roll your damage plus your sneak attack.
Do I add anything to
You
that?
would add, you should see, it should say attack bonus. You would add the attack bonus. It should be right next to the rapier.
Oh, yes. Okay. 12.
12? Alright. So you run up and you slash at her. You're unsure if you actually hit because she's already soaked in blood anyway.
Mhm.
But you take your slice, you back up, and you ready yourself for your next attack. Next, I'm stupid. I was like, who's next? I have the sheet.
She's covered
I
in
keep
blood.
losing the sheet. I cry. I'm the worst, guys.
Do we know why she's covered in blood?
You can ask her.
Hey. In, like, okay, would it be in, like, an investigation, I guess? Taking, like, an action?
Be more of an insight check.
Would that take, like, an action?
I'd say bonus action.
Okay.
Where is the... I just had it. Where is the initiative sheet?
This happened last.
I think this happened.
I hate this!
There's that notebook. That might be a notebook. That's what it is.
Is it in the books?
No.
It was last time.
Like, I literally I looked at it, said, Christine, go, and put it down. I'm...
Under your dice.
Oh, I know. Oh, no, it's not there. Is it? Found it. Alright, next up is Ezmeralda. Oh, I need one for Basilica. She's behind you.
Do a cantrip
Yes.
and a spell.
If it's a bonus action. If one of them's bonus action, one of them's an action.
I don't have information on
None of these look like bonus actions. These are all actions. You'll be able to do one of them.
I do the shield.
So you cast Shield on yourself.
Yes, on myself.
Okay. So you get a +5 bonus to AC.
Shield.
Isn't Shield a reaction? I'm pretty sure Shield is a reaction. So you can
Oh.
do something else.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a reaction. You actually could have used it when you were attacking Magic Missile. But Shield's a reaction, so you can do
Okay.
action.
I do the magic missile back.
Awesome! What level? What level are you casting it at?
Third.
3rd level? Alright, so go ahead and roll. Let's see, that would be 4. Wait, no. That'd be 6d6.
6.
So, or wait, no, 64. Sorry. Roll your d4 6 times. As your own darts, which, oddly enough, I mean, you know this, you're from Barovia. The magic missile in and of itself is just shaped like a bone. And you know that when you're not in Barovia, it's not shaped like that, so you just assume that it's... You just assume it's Barovia being Barovia. And then you would add 6 to whatever it is.
Okay.
Can we notice if the scarecrows are moving after this fight again?
That would be on your turn.
17.
Plus the 6? Plus extra 6? Okay. 17. Doodly doo.
So much adding.
Alright, so you see the dart slam into her, and you see the blood that's coating her sort of splashes off from side to side. The darts don't seem to do as much damage as you would expect, but she definitely does stagger back from the impact of them, and she prepares herself for her next turn. Would you like to do anything else?
Can I do anything else?
You could try to get away from her. You have 3/4 cover, so if she was going to take a strike at you, it would be...
No, I don't. I want to stay in the skull.
Next up is Basilica. And Basilica, she looks at this burn mark that's on her from the magic missile, and she looks at Baba Lysaga, and her head sort of cocks to the side at this sort of unnatural sort of angle, and she lets out this yell and starts to run forward.
1, 2, 3,
What?
4,
A yell? What?
She's banshee.
And she
This
is
is
going
going
to.
We know she can, or is able to not breathe underwater.
Plus.
Yeah.
But she's never said anything or yelled or anything.
She
So
has
she's
to
itchy. Yeah, she's thought.
She didn't float.
5 plus 7. What's 5 plus 7? 10, 12. Okay. 1 hit, 1 miss.
She's a push phone.
And you watch as she runs up to Bye Lysaga and just socks her in the jaw. Straight up.
And I'm just like, I am proud.
Baba Lysaga actually staggers back. She leans against the doorway of her house. A few of the tentacles push her forward again as she sort of readies herself for the next attack.
Yes!
That's so great.
Alright,
That
next,
baby's grown up.
next we have Mikhaela.
Okay, can I throw all 3 stones at once? I don't know.
Read the spell description.
It doesn't say.
Let me see.
Magic stone.
It would be 1.
Just 1.
Because it's 1 attack, so.
Okay. Cool. Then I throw a stone.
Go for it. And actually, I must correct myself. It wasn't so much a yell as, like, an exhale sort of thing. Like, she would have yelled. I forgot. She doesn't have a voice box. The abbot didn't give her one. So, like, she would have.
Well, yeah, okay. That makes sense because
Like, she literally can't. There's nothing there.
at this point I kind of assumed that she was just incapable of talking.
So that was me doing a derp.
So it was more like,
Yeah. And
okay.
she was her face was red. She's mad.
Oh, wow.
She is an angry boy.
Okay.
So what do I have to do?
Roll your d20 and add your spell attack modifier. I think it's plus 6 for you.
Where'd it go? There it is.
D20 plus 6. Is that a 1?
Yeah.
You go to throw this pebble, and it, like, for some reason, there's something about her that just seeing her, you've heard so many legends, that you go to throw the pebble and you drop the magic 2 and it just sort of, like, bounces off your head and lands at your feet. And it's really sad. It's really sad. But you tried.
I tried.
Did you do anything else? Did you get closer, further away?
Could I look around at the scarecrows?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. D20 plus your perception. That's like a 15.
Where's the girl? Oh, the way up here. 22.
22? You do see they're coming down from their posts. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. As you turn out in the distance, you can see 3 more coming towards you from this direction. They're
Okay.
slow, they're shambling, but they are coming.
Okay. Can I yell, "Watch the scarecrows"?
Yeah.
At our back.
Which ones are the scarecrows?
I haven't added them yet. They're gonna come in next turn.
Okay.
I think that far dice is.
This one is 1, but he doesn't count because I haven't added any of the other ones yet. But he's
Okay.
not. They're not. It's not until the next. Y'all are fine.
Okay.
Next up we have Melanthios.
Does he have interns?
Melanthios starts playing "Take Me to Church" as he walks.
No!
How? If I wanted to try to, like, persuade her, like, talk to her, would that be, like, a bonus action type thing?
Yeah.
Can I do a bonus action before my regular action?
Yeah.
Is that-
Yeah, you can. That's the thing. You have an action, bonus action, and movement, but you can use them in any order you want.
Okay.
Like you can use your movement, half your movement, and then do a bonus action. Then use the rest of your movement and do an action. You don't have to do them in order.
Okay. I would like to try to persuade her and say,
Really?
Melanthios is thinking, Baba Lysaga, my love, please do not fight when we could spend a wonderful evening together.
I picked a great time to start talking after we've hit her a few times.
Akira's face is.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
Technically, we hit her. Only Basilica hit her.
Basilica hit her pretty good.
Wait, how does this advantage work?
Just you roll twice, take the lower.
Oh man.
And she's stealing the car.
Okay.
We're out of here, keep talking.
Can I add my persuasion modifier?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
I haven't hit yet.
18.
My turn's
Okay.
not up yet. I'm hit.
She seems pretty upset.
Well,
She's also covered in
some
blood,
people
which is
just like
creepy.
PTSD all the time, so
It's hard to read her expression, honestly. She's hard to read.
There is a lot of blood.
There's a lot of, like, have any of you seen the 1970s Carrie? There's more blood than that. There's a lot of blood. It's such a good movie. I hate all of you. I need to make you watch it. It's so good. Like, It is my favorite Stephen King film, but Carrie is the one I usually end up watching because it's shorter. It is like 3 hours long.
next movie night.
Yeah!
Would she be a vampire too?
Huh?
If she's Strahd's mom.
Oh, would she be a vampire? I was like, I heard player, and I was like,
A player. Obviously.
I mean,
I'm hearing over there too. Probably should be here.
I'll say, they
sorry,
do great match.
You're almost dead.
How dare you? You don't know. You can assume. It's possible. She is covered in blood.
She's covered in blood.
Literally covered, though. Like head to toe, like, drenched in it.
Like she took a bath in blood.
Pretty much.
Okay, so for my actions, that didn't work that great, amazingly. I would like to be like, I love you, but I must do this. And I try to stab her with my knife of human bone.
Okay. Are you gonna throw it at her, or are you going to, like, go up and, like,
Yeah,
stab?
throw.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay,
I guess that's... It's your d20 plus your attack bonus for your dagger.
Yeah.
And you would have sneak attack on this if it hits.
Okay. Okay, so that's Wait, so how do I roll the dagger? Because I rolled this and it's 11.
Okay.
And my attack modifier was 6, so is that just 17?
17.
Okay.
So, you're like, I love you, but I must do this. And you take your knife and you whip it out, and you actually see it sink into her shoulder. And she lets out this awful ah sort of sound. She rips it out. Go ahead and roll your damage. It's 1d4 plus 3d6
Yes.
plus your whatever your attack bonus is.
1d4 plus 3d6. I brought my pink one!
And then you add your attack bonus or your attack mod. Okay, so like you see how it says like 1d4 plus at the very read the thing. See how it says 1d4 plus?
Yes, plus 3 piercing.
Plus 3. Okay, so roll all those dice and then add 3.
Ooh, okay. 15.
15? Nice. Alright. Very good. Alright. Meg, it's your go.
Okay, so I have a question.
17.
Is anyone within a 10-foot radius of her?
Yes, there are 3 people currently in a 10-foot radius.
Right.
You could, if it's a 10-foot radius spell, you could position it so that she's the only one who's hit by it.
Yeah.
Like you could put it,
Alright.
you could put it behind her so it only hits her.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm
Okay.
gonna cast Shatter.
Oh, nice. What level?
I'm gonna do it at level 3.
Okay. So
So that's gonna be 4d8 damage. But she has to make a Constitution save.
Okay. So all of you suddenly, as the half-banshee, her eyes sort of cloud over from it as she extends her hand, and you hear this like skull-numbing ringing sound. It doesn't do any of you any damage in particular, but what's your spell save DC?
It's 14.
Okay. You said Constitution +3. She just made the save, so she'll take
Dang it.
half
This would be
damage.
so good.
She'll take half damage.
Okay. Yeah, okay. 16, 17, 18, 19 damage.
19? Okay.
Yep.
Ah, 9? Okay. Alright. So you see, she covers her ears for a minute, and then she shakes her head, sort of seems to shake it off, and she's ready to attack again. Her hands are outstretched, she's ready. Next we have Akira.
Alright. Yeah. I want to, like, do, like, a quick insight check on her and just, like, figure out what the blood is about.
Okay.
Real quick.
Go ahead and roll a d20 plus your insight.
$16.
16. Looks like she took a bath in some blood. It's creepy.
Okay. That is really, really weird. Okay.
That's what's weird.
What?
Out of this whole mess.
Out of this whole, that's what's weird.
Okay, everything is weird.
Everything is weird.
I'm just gonna, like, cast another firebolt at her.
Go for it.
I thought that was a 1 for a second, but it's not.
Hey.
That is a 7.
Alright. You fire it off, and she actually dodges out of the way of it. You see it slams into the side of the house, and one of the tree roots begins to burn slowly. And you see the house, it lurches from side to side, and the house itself almost seems to crouch like a wolf spider. As it looks like one of its limbs is burning slowly.
The house is
Guys.
alive.
I think the house might be alive.
You guys have never experienced living houses before.
Yeah, it brings back traumatic memories.
Yeah, only death houses.
Hey!
Wow.
I look at the other two, the poor people, like in my these two. It might be a living house, guys.
Bird sticky.
let me
Sticky! Does this house have an obvious door? Because I don't like doors.
It does, but the door was open. She came out of it, and the tentacles are
Okay.
writhing through there. Every once in a while, you see a raven that starts to fly out, and then another tentacle will wrap around it and pull it back in.
I don't like doors.
The doors don't like you either. It's fine.
All of us don't like doors.
Nobody likes doors.
Who
Alright.
invented doors? What kind of idea was
No, fucking Victor.
He would. Alright, Cuckoo, it's your turn.
Oh, what?
Your turn.
Oh, okay. So I am within a 15 feet of her, right?
Yes.
Color spray.
Alright.
Wow.
So much magic going on. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed.
This is my shiny magic, guys.
The shiniest magic.
You
Is
have
it
to
the
have
color?
that.
Yes.
Yes!
Oof. 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 The spell. Oof.
Wow.
Roll 6d10.
Oh. All right.
So wait, yeah, roll, yeah. So 6d10. So here's a d10 for you.
Oh, okay.
Here's a d10 for you. I have more d10s than this. This music is so good, you guys. There's a d10. That's not far enough. Here's a d10. How many more do you need?
I have
I'm
4,
done.
so I need
4.
I guess one more including the one.
Okay, one more. Here. There you go.
All right.
Let's go ahead and roll all of those. I see. Yes.
6, 8, 1,
7, 9.
Okay, so that's 10.
Oh, and that
And that's a 3. What is math?
it is a thing.
Do you want me to add it on my phone or something?
I can do calculator
Okay.
because I don't
Did you
math
say
either.
68179?
It would be 34.
6,
Oh,
8,
math.
1, 7, 9, 3. 6, 8, 1,
Yes,
7,
that
9,
is
3.
correct. 34.
You scare me.
Let's kill her.
34?
I took physics for my science.
We must extra kill her.
Oh, I can't play with you anymore. You scare me. 34.
Imagine living with
It
her.
wasn't that bad.
I'm
I got a C+.
scared.
You really bad at her.
Your points was equal to... Diddly do. Wait. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from the area you're affected in ascending order of their current hit points. So it starts with the lowest and goes up. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to move to like here so it doesn't hit anybody else.
Yeah.
The basilica's like right there.
Oh.
Wait, who
Yeah, I
has...
do not hit this.
Who has more hit points? Oh, okay, yeah. Alright. So... You guys watch as Cuckoo extends his little birdie hands, his little grabby hands. He extends his hands, and there's like a flash, and he has like jewels and glitter and all sorts of things in his feathers, so when he moves, his hands like shine. And you notice that the shine is getting brighter and brighter and more colorful until there's almost like a whirlwind of color around him that suddenly sparkles out in front of Baba Lysaga, and she staggers back and she covers her eyes, and she sort of like looks around, and she sort of catches herself, and she has her hands out like this, and we continue on to the next turn. Simultaneously...
So is she blinded from that?
Is she?
Okay.
Cuckoo paints the colors of the moon.
Simultaneously, and you can do something.
I can. I'm gonna run up and get her with my sword.
Alright, you run up to and you hit her with your sword. So go ahead and roll your d20 and add your sword hitting modifier!
Since I also
Sword
have
hitting
dual fighting set, I add 2 to that as well.
Ooh, nice. So wait, you're dual wielding? You're dual.
D-U-E-L.
Oh, dual! Okay, got you. I got you. Okay, so 15?
Yeah.
Alright, your sword manages to sink into part of her ribcage. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, wait. Wait. You have advantage. Roll it again, see what you get.
My P20?
Yeah.
13.
Okay, never mind.
What? Well, would it be?
Well,
plus-
it doesn't matter because your 15 hit. I just wanted to... Because if you have advantage but you hit when you roll, I want you to roll anyway to see if you get a nat 20. Because nat 20 doubles your damage.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your sword damage. Sorry about that.
Okay. 6. This one. 6 plus 3 piercing is 9.
9. Very nice. Alright. So...
Can I back up so I'm not like.
Yeah, you can. She's going to take a swipe against you with her quarterstaff. That's a... As you back up. 14 to hit? What's your armor class?
14.
Okay, so she does manage to get a hit off of you as you back up away from her. If you go back, you can get about that far away. That is... You take 7 bludgeoning damage as she just cracks you against the side of the head with her quarterstaff as you back away.
Okay.
Alright.
She hits
Oh.
hard, guys.
Ravens. I couldn't read my own handwriting. Alright, the ravens are going to try to break free from the tentacles. That is not good. Spell save DC.
Big oof. Okay, so that doesn't work. 6. Big oof. 10, 14. 8 plus 14 is 22, right? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, back to the top of the round. It's Battle Lysaga's turn.
Break up the numbers.
Alright. Battle Lysaga is going to... Oh, I need to pop it around. Alright, 18 plus... That's the right... Wait, no, that was the right way. 18 plus 1, 19. There it is. Alright. You see her sort of... What do we see her? She waves her hand. Ooh. I really want to be that person.
We're all standing in a line. She can easily wipe us all out.
Okay.
I'm concerned.
She extends her hand. Let's see. Does it have to be? This is gonna be what saves you or not. Oh. She extends her hand. And Akira.
A free action outside of
No,
our turn?
not me.
No, not outside of your turns. You have to. Free action is during your turn. She extends her hand, and when she extends her hand, Cuckoo, you see her eyes have in fact glazed over, but she extends her hand, and Akira, you see a very familiar thread of red light shoot out from her finger, coming to stop here. And just as the realization hits you, there's a sudden low rumble, then boosh, as the earth around you explodes into a fireball. I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I like a Lyra.
Who's that roll?
Yep, roll your d20.
Oh no.
Natural 20.
Yes. 18
Ah!
plus
Do I need to put anything else to that?
You don't, no. Natural 20 is an
No.
automatic success.
18. It's a good thing I recognize that.
24.
Okay. Who rolled above a 17?
3.
Okay. Oh no. Let me just get my dice together here. You know, I thought you guys wouldn't die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's 8? This one's ugly. I don't want to use this one.
Wow.
It has a
You shamed it.
it has a woolly mammoth on it. No one cares.
I care.
No. I got to pet a snake today.
Wait.
Okay.
You had
No, Allison had one in the SIPO. So I got to pet it.
That's great.
Okay. She was standing in SIPO and she had a snake with her. Don't ask questions.
on Osore.
Okay. 10. 5. Wait, no, it's not 5. I just added 4 and 3 together is 5. 4, 7, 10, 14, 10, 20, 34. So those of you who failed the save take 34 points of fire damage. Those of you who made the save take half of 34.
So it's under 17 failing.
Yes.
34?
Yes.
For this dexterity, do I add anything?
You add your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
That's half of 34.
Okay, so I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
17.
17. Those of you who made the save take 17 points of damage. You take half of that because you are resistant to fire.
So half 17?
Half of 17.
Sweet. But like this 20 doesn't do anything.
It means you made the save.
Natural
Yes.
20.
Did we start today
Half of
with our
17.
hit points from last week?
You should have, because you guys didn't take a rest since then.
Yeah, I was just checking. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Melanthios is sad.
What does that mean?
Negative 12.
Okay. Melanthios is unconscious.
I am also unconscious.
You're unconscious. You're unconscious. Is anyone not unconscious?
I'm not unconscious.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Okay. We've got.
No, like literally.
Oh, I need to save for Basilica. Oh my gosh. Basilica makes a save. Basilica takes half damage.
Yes.
Supposed to take 17 damage, I think
Okay,
I said?
wait. Can I see who's out? Who's knocked out? Who's unconscious?
Yep.
I am.
Who all is unconscious? Melanthios is unconscious.
As usual.
Meg is unconscious.
As per.
Yeah.
Cuckoo is unconscious. Christina, you good?
Yep, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm barely, but I'm good.
Meg is unconscious. Melanthios is unconscious, and Cuckoo is unconscious. Is anyone else unconscious? No. So 3 of you are down. Okay. That was so much fun. I've never gotten to use Fireball before. Okay. So that ends Baba Yaga's turn. Now it's the Scarecrow's turn.
Oh.
That's someone.
I should have put him on the fire.
Akira, everybody.
I was trying to light things on fire.
Alright, so for their turn.
What?
Let me see. 3 people are unconscious. 1, 2. Meg was back. This was Meg. So we'll make Meg this guy, so I know that she's unconscious. 1, 2.
You know what?
Wait, you're not unconscious.
I can't do everything.
1, 2, 3.
Surprising.
Okay, good. Alright, so these ones are gonna come up here.
I did.
Let's see, that's
I had to drag you the first time.
gonna be
You did, and I'm still salty about
something
it.
like that.
Don't you dare make a pirate joke about that.
And these ones are gonna come up here because you're the only one they can
No.
see. These are only the ones
No.
that are close enough. Alright.
Burn.
So,
Burn.
Can't burn water.
the first Scarecrow is going to make an attack against Akira.
What are you doing?
The Scarecrows are making attacks now. Oof. I don't want to be that brutal, so I'm just gonna do. Alright, that's a 13 to hit. What's your AC?
15.
Alright, so this Scarecrow comes up to you and he swings he's grown claws now at this point. He comes up, he takes a swing at you, that grin's still sewn onto his face. But you see it and you're like, nope! Out of the way. Nope! Let's see, who was this? Which one of you was this?
It's a shiny one.
I don't remember.
Shiny dice.
Who wants to be shiny?
I want to be shiny.
You're dead! You hush! You have a green?
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Ezmeralda's
Oh.
up there.
You'll be shiny?
Sure.
Okay. You're shiny. Who wants to be green? You went up here and attacked. That's what you did. You're this person, I think.
No, I
that's
dashed
me.
back.
You dashed back. You're
Yeah.
green?
She's
No,
the
I'm
yellow
up
one.
close.
Oh, you're yellow and you're green.
Mhm.
I got you. Okay. So,
that works.
one of these scarecrows is going to make an attack against you.
Cool.
That's a 13. What's your armor class?
13.
Okay, so that hits. You take 6 slashing damage, and I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. So it should be a 1.
But wait, I don't make ones, right?
Yeah, you're lucky. You're able to do it again.
Roll the neck. collab comes out of this little.
Yeah, like she like you see. What did you make?
13.
13. So yeah, at first you feel this like sudden. Wait. You have the brave feature, don't you?
Yeah.
Read that to me.
You have advantage on saves against being frightened.
Well, it doesn't matter because you made the save anyway. You feel at first this like sudden urge to bolt from this thing as its claws sink into you, and then you're like, "Nah, I felt scarier than you. What are you gonna do? You're just a puppet with feathers in it." And you're good. So you're not frightened basically. You're green.
Mhm.
Okay, so 2 scarecrows are gonna make attacks against you.
So did they roll between?
Wait, how much do I take as slashing damage?
6.
Sorry, I
You're fine.
didn't hear me.
You're good.
Between Baba Yasaga and me in the initiative? Because they didn't attack last time.
Yeah, I rolled for their initiative. They rolled a 19.
Okay.
So and she rolled a 20. So it's like, yeah, they're right before you. So one rolled a 6, and one rolled a 21. What's your armor class?
14.
14. Okay, so the second one hits. So you take 6 damage, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Find this concerning.
Ian is having way too much fun.
15.
15? Okay. You weren't scared of this thing in the first place. It looks kind of comical almost, as it like sort of like lurches up to you with this like sewn on smile and is like, it's like it takes a swing at you and it hurts, but like, you're a pirate queen. What? This thing thinks it can hurt you? What? That's ridiculous. Because the other one missed entirely was the funny thing. It's like you ducked out of the way of one of them and the other one like caught you in the back kind of thing.
So he had the
And
sneak
then-
attack.
Let me double check 3/4 cover. That should be in here. La-di-da. Suffocating. That sounds interesting. That's the thing that can happen, I guess. Cover. Alright, you have a +5 to AC. Okay, so we have 3 Scarecrow's gonna make attacks against Ezmeralda because she's the one that's closest to them, and they all. You have a +5 to your AC right now, so just keep that in mind.
Also, was that shielded by the bone thing?
The
skull?
Did you make or fail the save for Fireball?
I failed.
Oh, then you would have made the save because it says here
Oh.
that. Where does it say it? You have a +5 to Dexterity saving throws, so. Go ahead and add half of whatever I took away.
Okay.
Because I didn't read the 3/4 cover. Okay, so we have a 14, a 12, and a 12. So these scarecrows, you see their nails, they've almost got like Freddy Krueger style nails at this point because they're trying to reach over the skull to Ezmeralda on this side, and none of them are actually able to reach her. They clatter along the edge of the stone, the edge of the bone, but none of them actually manage to hit you. Next up, big oof. Next up is Christine. There's a scarecrow right there. Well, actually, you had your green. You had 2 scarecrows right there. They don't like your face.
I don't like. I mean, I would say I don't like theirs, but they kind of don't intimidate me. So
Yeah, they're.
I'm more annoyed by them.
Yeah, they also took down your little friend here, who's unconscious. Well, they didn't, but the fireball did. She downed.
Can we tell any difference in Baba Yasaga's appearance, or?
You get the feeling, just by the way that she keeps keeping her hands like this, she's trying to keep. You get the feeling that she's trying to keep herself centered. Don't question me. She's trying to keep herself sort of centered and grounded in like her area. You get the feeling that Cuckoo's spell might have worked. She might not be able to see, but other than that, there's really no change.
Can I use a free action to try to calm everybody down?
Calm
I'm calm.
everyone down? You're so
like-
calm.
Baba Yasaga.
You chill.
I would say that'd be the same thing as Melanthios. It's to make a persuasion check at disadvantage. And that would be your bonus action.
A bonus action and not a free action?
It would be a bonus action. Because it was a bonus action when Melanthios tried to do it, so I'm gonna be a consistent boy. Like you just said, and that's it.
Because I feel like this entire fight may have been slightly unnecessary if we're just wanting to, like, burn things. Yeah, but we don't know why.
We did kind of release the ravens on her.
Yeah.
Release the ravens!
But you know.
So we're attacking more in... She's attacking more in self-defense, and she's clearly destroying us.
I agree.
Melanthios' spirit just rises. I agree, and then he goes back. It's Barovia, weirder things have happened. Oof.
Oh, I forgot. Would it be too late to do the uncanny dodge for the scarecrow thing?
Since you're new, I'll say no. You can use it.
That's okay.
Well, like, since you're new is the thing, like, you didn't remember. Like, my DM would let me do that. Where it's like, I didn't know what I was doing. It's like, oh, wait, I can do this. So, yes, you can.
Okay.
Just remember it next time.
Yeah.
Cuckoo's like, I'm dead. I'm a stack dice. It's so sad. I'm so sad. Watch me kill all of you before Comic-Con.
Well, new campaign, here we go.
Plot twist, same campaign.
Backups.
I should make a third backup.
She has some I mean,
Or a second.
Noelle has like 4.
I should make a second.
You already oh yeah, a third.
I have one.
Yeah, you already have 1. Second would be good. It's not a terrible
One
idea.
in my mind.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about yours.
Yeah. You have.
What you doing, boy?
Persuasion would not be performance, would it?
No, it'd be persuasion. There's a specific skill for that. Performance would be like doing the can to like distract her kind of thing. Which you could do if you wanted.
Nope. I'm not doing that.
Persuasion is
Yeah, I know. But it would be different. So I'm gonna first take out the scarecrows. Can I take on both of them since they're right next to me?
Yeah, you can make your first attack. You would make normally, and the second attack would not have your attack bonus. It would just be a straight roll.
Okay. So I don't think I can do sneak attack.
No. This would just be a normal.
So
Normal attacks.
I'm gonna try to take out both. That's not a hit. That's a 10.
Okay, let me double check. Yeah, no. You swing and it almost like drunkenly lurches out of the way.
That was 5.
Okay. So you swing twice, and both times the scarecrows, just because of their nature, it's like you hit one of them, but because it's just like feathers spilled out, it didn't really seem to do any damage to it. It's just sort of decrepit to begin with.
Okay. And I guess for my bonus action, I'll try to calm or persuade Baba Lysaga a little bit that we're not necessarily here to kill her.
Roll your d20 with disadvantage. Persuasion. Oh, so sad. You say it, and you're not sure if she can't hear you because of the squawking ravens or whatever else. It's a mess. Everything is a mess. Everything is a mess. Oof. Next up we have Ezmeralda.
What happens if everybody dies in this game?
TPK.
TPK. Rip. Big oof. I'm upset.
I want to get out of the skull. How far away am I From the baubles.
You're like right next to her, but you have the skull like separating the two of you. So
So I could hit her within 5 feet.
yeah, you can reach over the skull.
Okay. I was thinking about multi-attack, like multi-weapons. Yep. Like I'm kind of sticking my hand out of all the holes.
I just stick your hand out of the eye and just be like, multi-attack. Is that a thing you can do? You can multi.
That's so many. Sure.
Make your attack.
Avenge everyone.
2 with rapier.
So just roll your 3D. Roll your 3D20. So hit.
11.
What plus what? This is still your rapier.
Plus
so
5.
plus 5.
Or
Hit.
19.
All 3 hit. So go ahead and roll your damage for your attacks.
1d8.
So roll 2d8 plus.
That's a D10.
Oh, the 2?
That's a D10.
Now I
Oh,
you.
That's a D10.
Oh, it's a
It has
D10.
0 on it.
Oh.
The D8 is diamond.
Huh.
D8's right under your. It's next to the D6. It's next to your D6. That's your D8. Yep.
Yes. Alright.
So go ahead and roll that
That's
twice.
funny. I never used this.
Alright, 6 plus 5, 11 plus. Let's see, it's rapier. So plus 10. So that's 21.
Okay.
21 points, and then go ahead and add your
Hand axe. Or, no, your hand axe or short sword, so whichever one you feel like using.
Sure.
So roll your d6 and add 4.
6 plus 4, 10. Let's see here. 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, she's still up. You watch as Ezmeralda like pops out from the skull and just lays into Baba Lysaga. Like you can tell now that not all that this blood is starting to look like her own at this point. Like she looks rough. Next up is Basilica, and Basilica is having none of this today. So Basilica is gonna go ahead and actually I'm gonna use my new boy from LA and see how he does. I shouldn't have used my new boy. 1 hit and 1 miss. So she goes again, she swings wide the first time. The second time she cracks Baba Lysaga in the jaw. You hear this audible crack as she does so.
Yeah.
Doing
She got some muscle.
13. Doing 13 points of damage. Yeah, it's really funny because it seems like she's doing more damage than her tiny frame should be doing. Like, she's petite. She's very delicate looking, but, like, she socked this lady hard. Next up, we have Mikhaela.
Okay. I use conjure animals to conjure 2 tigers.
Wait, what now?
Can you good?
I beg your pardon?
What CR rating of animal can you conjure? Can you conjure
Let me read
tigers?
it. Let me find
Just go all
it.
out. Tiger, my don't you?
I mean,
Or a T-Rex.
a T-Rex.
Dragon.
Have you gotten to
You
the part
can
when
summon-
Scanlan turns into a T-Rex? Or
choose one of the following
Triceratops?
options. 1 beast challenge rating 2 or lower, 2 beast challenge
Oh.
rating 1 or lower.
Oh, you
four
can summon
beast challenge
tigers.
rating
You
half
can
or
absolutely
lower,
summon
8
tigers.
beasts of challenge rating quarter of 4 or lower.
So yeah, you watch as this tiny little fuzzy-headed druid like shuts her eyes and waves her hands. All of a sudden, there's these 2 crazy-looking cats. I guess they're like orange and black and white, and it's like, what is this?
I also have combat wild shape, so I turn into a tiger myself.
There are 3 of them. Is conjure animals an action?
Combat wild shape. You can choose.
No,
the-
I mean,
you can use as a bonus action.
summoning the animals, was that your action?
Yes, and then becoming a tiger is my bonus.
Was you? Do they have do they attack on your turn, or do you have to command them to attack, or do they have their own initiative?
They have their own initiative. They're their own thing.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for your tiger's initiative.
Okay.
Would you like apples or bees?
Okay, do I add my own initiative, or they have their own?
You would add theirs. Let me get the monster manual. Okay. Tigers. Because that's a thing we have. Lions. LMNOP, I'm going the wrong way. S. Tiger. It's +2.
Okay.
That will be funny.
All right, 20.
Tiger square.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Amazing.
And 1! I'm gonna have them both go on the same turn. I'm gonna have them go on the same turn. So
Okay.
we're just gonna go with the 20. That was amazing.
Maul her.
10, 7 plus 8 plus 13 plus 13. Okay. Hey, my math was actually right. That's awesome. Like, my math was actually correct.
How many hit points do I have as a tiger?
As a tiger, you have 37.
Okay.
What was I doing? Oh, Melanthios, please make your first death saving throw. It's just a straight D10 or D20. Sorry, straight D20.
That is a 14.
Okay, 1 success. Meg, I need you to go ahead and make a death saving throw. Just roll a straight D20.
Okay. 14.
Okay, success.
Oh.
Next is Akira.
Okay. Remind me which one she is.
This Lysaga?
Yeah.
She's this boy right here.
Okay. And there are people within 15 feet.
Yes. There are also scarecrows.
I know.
Like if you have a spell that's like a radius, then you can position it in such a way that it will only hit her.
So if I did fireball,
You could position it in such a way that it would only hit her.
even though it's 20 foot.
Like you can position it way over here.
Just burn her entire
Just as long as
house.
you're able to see where it, like you'd have to move over here
The center
so that
of
you
the
can
house.
see where you're sending it, and then just
Wait, I had to move over there.
yeah, you'd have to move like here so you'd be able to see it.
Okay.
There's a scarecrow.
There's a
Let me
scarecrow.
finich my thought. I've been thinking about this. Okay.
Because you have
Would
to be,
running be a bonus
you
action?
could running is movement.
Running- Oh.
Like movement is movement.
I didn't know.
I mean,
It
you
was a
could-
bonus action.
You could send it into the door of her hut. I would allow that, and then have her be affected by it, kind of thing. You could do that. You just have to be able to see where you're sending. Or no, you don't. You can choose where you're sending it. My bad. Because you don't need to be able to see it, because otherwise she wouldn't have been able to cast it. Yeah, you can send it wherever you want. You don't need to move.
I don't need to move?
No.
Okay. So here's what I was thinking, DM.
Uh-huh.
I am going to use... Okay. One of my...
This D20 is cursed. I rolled a 2 and a 1 with it. Sorry, please continue.
So what I'm going to use is use a sorcery point to use 2 spells at once.
Got you.
First thing I'm going to use is I'm going to take out my poison dagger, and I'm going to use the green flame blade on the scarecrow next to me.
Okay.
And, hold on. Thoughts. Come back to me.
You're good.
Also, it's not green. It's pink.
Yes.
It's hot pink. Okay?
Yes.
And that means, like, I hit it with one blade, and that means that the fire can also go off the scarecrow onto to an enemy within 15 feet.
Okay.
So I say it goes
So you
to
can-
the next scarecrow.
Okay.
And using a sorcery point, after I do that with my blade, I point my hand toward Lysaga, and I say, "You call that fireball? Taste Inferno!" And I shoot a fireball at her.
Alright, what level are you casting it at?
Fireball is
It's 3rd level. Do you have anything higher than 3rd level? Like,
No.
okay, then you're casting at 3rd level. All right.
Yes.
So I need you to go ahead and roll your attack for your dagger.
Okay.
See if you hit this scarecrow.
That's a 19.
That hits the scarecrow. So go ahead and roll your damage for the dagger and the poison and the green flame. Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one do we do first?
They're immune to poison, so roll the dagger damage and the fire damage.
Okay. So, fire damage is 1d8. I'm shaking.
And tell me what the fire damage is, also, by the way.
Sorry.
Like specify between the dagger damage and the fire damage. Because
Okay. Ooh. Which one is... I am going for an 8. D8.
it's the one that looks like a diamond.
This one?
Yep.
That's a 3
Okay.
for the fire damage.
Okay.
At 5th level, melee attack deals... Oh, extra! That's extra 1d8.
Okay.
So, what's the regular?
Probably a D8, so it'd be 2D8.
Okay.
Probably.
So
go
I
ahead and
roll
it
again?
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Okay.
So that's 3 and an 8 for fire damage.
Okay.
What do I roll for...
The dagger's a D4. Wait a second. Okay.
So it's the bottom?
Let me see your D4. No, it's the top.
Top?
Yeah, so one at the top.
This one?
It's a 3. 3 plus your dexterity.
So it landed like this.
Yes.
With the 2 up?
Here, let me
With the
show you
2
the
up.
difference.
So it would be
Oh.
the 2.
Let me show you.
Okay.
Let me show you the difference between the D4s. See this kind of one? You read the number on top. For this one, you read the number on bottom.
Okay. So it's a 2.
2 plus your
4.
dexterity. 4.
Oh, 2 plus my dexterity?
Yeah.
My dexterity? Yeah, that would be 4.
Okay.
So that's the dagger.
Okay.
And the... Do you
And
want me to go on
then-
to the fireball?
Yeah. Roll your fireball damage because it hits anyway. I just need to see if she makes the save or not. What is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC? 15.
15. All right.
Do I need to roll a 20?
Yes. No, you don't need to roll a d20. You just need to roll the damage for fireball.
Okay.
Because fireball is a spell that just automatically hits. It just depends on how much
Okay,
damage you take.
Oh, can I use it at 4th level?
Do you have a 4th level spell?
No.
Then no.
Okay.
It's
That
still
then?
like 8d6 damage.
Okay.
Though. Like it's still a lot of damage.
I just wanted to see how much I could do.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Target.
Let me make sure.
Oh, you're right. This is the one that has all the
Fireball is
D6s.
8d6. So if you want
Yeah.
some dino dice, I got you.
Okay. This is gonna be a lot. Need any more D6s? Oh my god. I'm gonna try to find which ones I have.
You got 6 of
You know what? You can use that as kind of.
There's
These
one
are
in each set.
mine.
There's one in each set. So you can pick whichever dinosaur you like from these. Let the dinosaur side up. We'll pick this dinosaur side up.
I'm gonna get my. Okay. Sorry. It's 1, 2, 3. So I get one more. I get right. Alright. Math. Yeah.
That's 8.
Alright. Alright, let's see how this goes. What does the dinosaur mean?
The dinosaur means 6.
Dinosaur means 6. math.
These are both 6.
I have a calculator open.
So
This is
6 plus
6.
6 plus 4 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10, so that's 20. 5, 8, 28.
Okay. You not approvingly from your.
Alright. So, Akira, you see 3 of your friends go down, one after another, like flies
I'm
as
also
this
kind of giddy because
happens.
of the fire.
Mm-hmm. And
Except
while
there's fire.
while you are exhilarated, you feel like you're on a high as you see all this flames go up, but you see your friends fall, and the cloaks are still smoldering and smoking. You whip out the dagger, you turn it around backwards. The blade ignites in hot pink flame. You slash across to the first scarecrow. Flames erupt across its torso. They leap to the second scarecrow. Its head catches fire and it staggers back, stumbling. And you turn and point your finger as a pink streak of light shoots toward Baba Lysaga's hut. It explodes outwards. You see Baba Lysaga herself stagger forward and fall on the ground, unmoving. How do you want to do this?
Yes. Okay. Basically, the way I described it, did taste inferno. As I point, just
All right.
shoot it
And-
straight from my arm.
The house itself. Let
Kinda like-
me.
Taste inferno.
Let me see. Let me see.
Hey, she's gotta react to all that fire.
In a fiery way.
This girl is on fire.
63.
That was pretty.
Was that my first kill?
I think so.
Wait, ever?
Yeah! Oh my god! Yes! My first kill was Strahd's mother.
That's epic.
That's gonna be a title that precedes you.
And as she falls, the hut, which is still burning, actually sags a little bit. Its legs sink into the earth, and it lands almost cockeyed in the earth as the tentacles in the doorway go limp and then dissipate. And you see the ravens fly out, extremely wounded, but flying.
There's just scarecrows, aren't there?
There are still scarecrows,
Okay.
We're not having
but they don't. They seem to slump over as Baba Lysaga herself dies. They just sort of.
So it's over.
For now, it would seem so.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to just. Is there anything else I can do?
You can move.
Okay. Do they? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be that person. Okay, after that, it was kind of nice, take a moment, but then I remember I have unconscious friends, and who was nearest to me? I guess Melanthios is nearest unconscious. No,
If you can get me
Are
up,
you
I can
unconscious?
use healing
No,
word
I'm a
and
tiger.
cure wounds.
you're a tiger, that's right.
If you save Tyrande, she has healing wounds and that kind of stuff.
But do I know that?
She has healed you before.
Yeah.
That did
That's
happen.
right. That's right. Okay. Can I get to her in one day in one run?
She's a pink dice.
Oh, she's pink?
Okay. So
No, that's Basilica.
What?
She's
Where is she?
next
Oh,
to
she's this one. Oh, that's even easier. Right there.
you sorry,
You step over Melanthios.
Sorry,
Okay.
no.
Wait a second. Did you take any slashing damage?
No, I don't. Oh, her.
Me?
You only took fire damage, didn't you?
Yes.
Kind of smoldering a bit.
Yeah, he's a little bit on fire.
You never looked better.
A little crispy.
Wow.
Just a little. Like the roof.
Okay, so I go over to Tyrande and I cannot make her unconscious, but I do whip out my herbal kit
Okay.
to stabilize her.
Okay. So, you can go ahead and change the music to something a little less alarming. You go forward. You manage to stabilize her wounds. She, after a few minutes, she does start to come around to consciousness. About 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. Melanthios, and Cuckoo, I need both of you to make another death saving throw. Meg, you are now stabilized, but you're still unconscious.
Okay.
Can I talk
17.
to
17?
Ezmeralda?
You can.
A what?
9.
9. Okay.
Ezmeralda, you have medicine, right?
Oh, hello. I was so involved in looking at the skull thing. Now that I am safe,
Maybe 3 times and back to look at the skull.
Literally all she did. It's like whack-a-mole. It's like reverse whack-a-mole. She comes up, whacks around the head. It's like a cat. Like when you have like a cat that's like in a tissue box, and the cat just like bats at you and then goes back in the tissue box. Like that's what she did.
Wait, is the skull still floating, or did it fall when Lysaga fell?
It did. It sort of like it would have tipped over, but it's because the ground is so wet, it just went and it's just like slowly starting to sink into the fire.
Okay. I get out of it.
Can you
and,
turn down a little bit?
oh yeah. I get out of
Little
it
boy.
and I'm like, if you remember, these were already used. But, I mean, I don't know. I have holy water. Does that do anything?
What?
Holy water?
Holy water for
It's just like a little holy water.
what?
Vials.
What do you want to use them for?
Like, for healing?
oh no, I
Okay.
don't want to do anything.
Can I turn back into a person?
You can.
I'm a person now.
Okay.
Or did they go away?
No, they're here for an hour.
Oh,
They're still there.
cool.
They're like it would be purring, but it sounds like the rumble of like a really nice old car.
Okay.
This is really nice.
I have an herbalism kit, I think.
You know which car I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. I have an herbalism kit.
Okay, you can stabilize somebody.
Okay.
You
Who's
can sta-
dead?
Melanthios and Cuckoo. The black chicken and the pink boy.
Okay. Okay, I go over to the chicken just
Okay.
because we had our moment of bonding over releasing the ravens.
I don't know where you are.
I'm the 12.
Oh yeah, you're this guy.
Once I'm done with
So
her, can I like switch over to Melanthios?
you can. So you're both stabilized now. It takes you guys 5 or 10 minutes before the circulation actually manages to come back enough, and you start to sort of heal up enough to actually come back to consciousness. Y'all feel like trash. But
Okay.
You're
As soon
not
as I'm
dead.
up, can I cast Healing Word at my last 3-level spell slot?
sure, on yourself and your 2 friends.
Well, it's a creature you can see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have 3 third-level spell slots, you can cast it once on each of you.
Oh, it's on one person.
Yes.
Okay. I'll cast it on myself first, so that if something happens, I can still like cure wounds or something.
That's valid.
Okay, 6, 7, 8. So I have 16 hit points now.
Mhm.
And then, okay, so that uses that. Then I'm going to do Cure Wounds, level 2, on one of the other people.
Okay. Which one?
Whichever one is closest to me.
Okay, Melanthios.
9 hit points.
You get 9 hit points back.
And then the crow, I'm doing this at level 2, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, wait, plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So I am at 19,
Okay.
and then plus 3 to whatever I just said.
Okay, so you actually have 11 hit points, Melanthios. Wait, no, 12. You have 12. I can't count.
Wait, what?
You have 12 hit points, not 9. Just write down 12.
Okay.
That's all you need to do. You don't need to
And
understand
then
why.
Cuckoo is left.
Yes.
That's 10 total hit points to Cuckoo.
Okay, you have 10 hit points.
Can I go investigate inside the house? Can
Yeah.
I see?
So you walk into the house. The house looks like a crime scene. Like you walk in and there's a bathtub bolted to the floor that at one point had been filled with blood, but it is now all over the walls and floor.
What? That was me, guys.
And it's like burnt and just it's
Smells awful.
bad. There's you can actually see directly ahead of you a flickering the flickering form of a cradle it's sort of flickering it out. You can tell that this is illusion magic of some kind that's struggling to stay together. To the side. Yeah. You can see what's left. There's honestly, everything in here is on fire. Like, there's a cot that's on fire. There's a chest that's on fire. There's a wardrobe that's on fire. It's a very small hut. It's about 15 feet across. The bathtub is on fire because it's metal, and the crib is not on fire because it's not real.
Is anything shiny?
Are you in there?
Oh, well, I guess not. No.
Okay. And you can see, just past the cradle, you can see the floorboards glowing a dim green color.
If I go in there, will I be damaged by the fire?
Will you?
I don't know. Is it like that much on fire?
It's not that much on fire. It's starting to be that much on fire. Like, the initial explosion of fireball has dissipated, the magic itself, but there are things in the room that are on fire.
Okay.
But it's not super hazardous yet.
Okay. So can I go grab this shiny thing?
It's underneath the floor.
So I have to pull it up.
You can certainly
Can I
try.
follow? Is that Cuckoo going in?
It is the small druid friend.
Okay, can I follow the small druid friend in and do like a quick glance and see if I can find any healing potions or anything?
There is a chest that's in the hut.
All right, I'll check it out.
It's on fire.
Oh, so if I touch it, I'll take fire damage.
I mean, maybe. But yeah.
I get up. I quickly hug Basilica. I'm like, you are amazing. I'm so proud. As I'm I kind of do a hug and then grab her and drag her behind me as I go toward the house where they are.
She's just looking at her bruised knuckles, like, huh.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
Alright, so you guys go towards the hut?
Yeah.
Alright. There's not enough room for multiple people. Like, you and Meg take up one square, because you can be in the same square as someone else, and then you can fit, and then there's really not much more room for anyone else in there. It's like my room.
Okay. Do I see all of what you just described
Yes.
to her?
Yes.
Okay. Did she pull up the floorboards?
She's trying right now.
She's trying. Okay.
And
Probably give them a chest though, since you're immune to fire.
No, I'm not immune.
Are you
but
trying to...
I have fire resistance, and I want to help her
Okay.
pull up the board because I know what's going on there.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a strength check with advantage.
Do I need to roll anything?
What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to get into the chest?
I was just gonna look around.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I
the only thing that you could think of that might have something of value in it is the chest.
Okay.
18.
18? Yeah, easy enough. You with the help of Akira managed to claw your way through the floorboards, and you see, about the size of a pine cone, a glowing green seed in the center of this hole.
I grab it.
As you do this...
Oh, can I still try for the chest?
Give me 1 second.
Can I
Okay.
hope for something attacks us? Because I have second wind.
And just so you know, you can also do that in combat.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
one's the 10?
Where is it? Where is it? It was just there. I'm upset. Alright. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. No, don't do that.
And we'll get to this. We'll get to the chest in just a second, Meg.
Oh, natural 20!
All right. You very deftly, your hand actually flickers a little bit because you see, as you go to reach your hand in, the sharp edges of the wood that was pulled away become teeth and start to try to chomp on your hand. You actually catch them on fire, grab the gem and pull your hand out, and the teeth are actually managed to pull away. And as you do this, you feel the entire hut shudder again. The crib cradle illusion goes completely out. And the you feel the hut start to very, very rapidly settle into the earth. Whatever remaining magic was lingering in the hut is gone.
So it's crumbling around us.
Not quite. It's just you feel the bug trying to claim it.
Oh.
While you're in there. Meg, what would you like to do with this chest?
Well, since the house is, kind of falling.
No, this is happening
simultaneously.
This is happening simultaneously. This hasn't happened yet.
Oh, okay.
You're doing this while
Well,
she's getting
I'm
the
still
chest.
gonna, if there's any fire on the chest, I'm gonna try to put it out.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then I'm gonna grab it, take it out.
It is bolted to the floor, but since the floor has been weakened by fire, I'll say go ahead and make a strength check. Let's see if you can get it, pull it out.
Oh, well. Is it locked then?
It appears to be. You can see a glyph that's carved into it.
Okay, I'll just try to pull it with my -1 strength.
All right, go for it.
That makes it a 1. I'll roll the 2.
Oh no! You try, but actually the metal handles are really hot still from the fireball. So you grab it and you try to pull it out, and it's hot, nope. But you guys would see as you turn around, as you pick up the stone and you turn around, you would see that she's trying to get this chest out of the building.
Could I
Can I quickly turn and I use control flames to put the fire out?
Yeah, you managed to do that. The flare goes completely out around
with
it.
a flick of my wrist.
Yeah.
Could I use frostbite to make it cooler?
Yeah, you can do that.
I just leave because I'm useless.
Oh no, that's so sad.
I use my incorporeal movement to just walk straight out,
Oh
go
no!
through the wall.
So you watch as she went from being kind of okay to just puts her head down and just shuffles out. She goes through the wall, and the wall is still intact behind her. She just vaporizes through the wall, and you guys see her come out the same way. She just vaporizes through the wall, lands on a tree stump, kind of vaporizes through it, just keeps on walking. It's really sad.
Aww.
So do you guys want to take this chest with you, or do you want to leave it? Okay.
Did we open it?
Well,
It's not on the
how
house yet.
strong are you?
Not strong.
Me neither.
We got it. We can try.
I can come in and help. I'm plus
Okay.
1 strength.
We try to crouch.
So go ahead and roll a strength check with advantage. She's gonna help you guys.
Is it
Roll a d20 twice, take the higher number, and add your strength.
I'm still dragging the silk up.
16.
Okay.
18.
Okay, so
So-
19.
My strength is 4.
No, it's a plus. Wait, it's plus 4?
Wait, nope, never mind. Looking at the wrong one. Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Plus 1?
yeah, 19.
19. Alright. So yeah, you guys are and then your new friend comes in and just rips it off the ground and brings it outside for you and just sets it down.
And we're gonna make this. Yeah, we're heading out of the house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of collapsing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to die.
It's like,
I'm not
Kill
anymore,
the
right?
house.
You killed a house. Good job.
Am I conscious?
You are conscious.
Arsony.
You have hit points. You're conscious.
Can I look in the chest?
Give me a second.
I want to look in the chest too.
Give me a second.
Melanthios is only inspired to move by looking in the chest.
Okay. So, how do you want to get in the chest? The top of it's pretty damaged. You could probably just bust it open if you didn't want to deal with the glyph.
If I don't want to deal with
The glyph, there's a, and the only reason you can see it is because the heat actually made the runes stand out. You remember Victor's door? Similar concept,
dang it.
only locking it.
Wait, he recognizes the runes.
Guys, nobody touch the chest.
It's not the same rune, it's a similar rune.
Do I recognize the runes?
It's not the same rune, it's a similar rune.
But do I get that feeling?
No, because she was the only one who got hit by Victor's door.
Okay.
Because she was the only one close enough to see what had happened.
What could be a problem?
What?
It has runes on it, and runes can be sketchy sometimes.
Okay, so I'm watching all this a couple feet away.
Okay.
Can I do knock?
Yeah. So, Ezmeralda walks up, she flicks her wrist, and you all hear this, very calm, just sort of, and the glyph actually falls off. And it sort of goes plink on the ground.
Not a problem anymore.
Nice.
So now the floor has a rune.
The floor has a rune, yes.
I open it.
You open it? Alright. The first thing you are greeted by is the stench of burned flesh.
Oh.
As you look and you see 4 severed hands in various positions of agony, all sitting in this chest.
Lovely chest.
Underneath that, however,
Human hands?
human hands.
Okay. Just clarify. It's a strange world out there.
But the weird thing is the positions they're in.
Okay.
Because they're not just like limp, like burned hands. Like they're like, they look like they were writhing a second ago before they got scorched.
Okay.
So they're burnt.
Yes, they are crisp.
Akira, you killed the hands.
Crispy hands.
How do you kill hands?
A finger twitches.
Oh.
But underneath that, you do see there is more in the chest underneath them.
I'm moving away.
Okay.
Melanthios
You
is not
toss
there.
them
Is
out.
there anything like on
You
the
fi-
hands, like rings or? anything?
No.
Okay.
The nails are actually kind of long and nasty. They're just,
Okay.
they're yeah. The skin doesn't look deteriorated either. Like, it looks like an off color, but it doesn't look like it's subject to decay. Inside the chest, you find 1,300 gold pieces,
Ooh.
500 gold piece worth gemstones,
Ooh.
2 spell scrolls, one of which is Mass Cure Wounds, and the other is Revivify,
Yes, that's
a pouch containing 10 plus
Nice.
1 sling stones,
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Keep going. That was the.
a set of pipes of haunting,
What are those?
and a stone of good luck.
Is the stone of good luck shiny?
I don't know. Because I
Can
don't
I
have my DM
pick
book
up
with me.
the roll of Revivify and see if I understand what that does?
Is that a spell that sorcerers get? Because I'm pretty sure you have to be able to cast the spell.
Revivify is very fun.
I'm not sure.
Revivify.
We're gonna call it here for tonight,
Okay.
and we can, in the chat, we can distribute, see who wants what. I can explain what things are, just so that we can wrap up for the night, because we're at a good stopping point,
Okay.
narratively. So, good job, guys!
Yay!
You came super close! But you didn't!
Yeah, that's great.
Alright, so...
Oh, that was so awesome!
Alright, so thank you guys so much for listening to tonight's episode of Dorm Rooms and Deadlines. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We will be back next week with some more super exciting stuff. They're going to try to get the seeds back to the abbot, and we'll see how it goes from there. Have a good night.